Hello, everybody. Welcome to a live stream here. Kind of breaking news. We got a lot of severe weather we're talking about here in the live stream as we're kind of moving through the evening hours. I was not going to do a live stream today, but then, hey, we got a lot of severe weather out there, so let's get to the latest here. I've been tracking this radar here for the last, couple of hours. These storms have really built up. We had reports of 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We've even had reports here of even, like some funnel clouds, even some tornadic supercells out there kind of on the leading edge of this MCS starting to develop here across portions of southern Nebraska during the evening hours this evening. And I figured, well, let's kind of break in here and do some live severe weather coverage here today. Kind of an unexpected live stream here today with lots of severe weather, not only in Nebraska, but as I zoom out, western Kansas as well as portions of southeastern Missouri. We even had a land spout reported up here earlier today around western portions of Minnesota as well. So we're kind of covering some of the severe weather across the center of the country here over the next little while here as this kind of severe weather does continue across portions of the middle of the country, especially into Nebraska here, crossing into Kansas over the next couple of hours or so. So we'll definitely be in tune with this. So thank you everybody for joining here this evening, tracking some severe weather out there. I definitely appreciate it. We're going to be getting to these warnings here momentarily. Yeah, we got some. You got some warnings here. This is for. Let's see here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. This is moving southeast at 50 miles per hour here. This is in southern portions of Nebraska near Blue Hill, moving southeast at 50 miles per hour. These storms could be near Fairfield, Lawrence, and Deweese here. As I kind of zoom into the radar and kind of take this warning box off here on the radar, you can see moving through the Hastings area, some very heavy rainfall across portions here of southern Nebraska. So we're watching this here as well over the next little bit. A lot of severe weather continuing here across this part of the country. Again, we did have a 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts here reported back up towards portions there of Broken Bow in Nebraska here earlier on. So this storm complex has had history of producing some wind damage. I know we've seen kind of some reports coming in here of some tree damage with some trees falling over here, some branches falling down, some uprooted trees, a lot of power damage here across this area as well over the last several hours as it's moved through central and now getting into southern portions there of Nebraska here as of late. Again, we're tracking severe weather across portions here, kind of breaking live stream here today. We are seeing severe weather across southern Nebraska here. A severe thunderstorm warning continues here just near south and east near the Hastings area into southern portions of Nebraska. Again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This storm has actually had a history of producing 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts earlier on today. We did have back up here near Broken Bow and central portions of Nebraska had a 90-mile-per-hour wind gust reported earlier on today with lots of uprooted trees. Lots of uprooted trees across central Nebraska here back towards the Kearney area, west of Grand Island here, Lexington, getting up towards Broken Bow here. A lot of severe weather reports earlier on today. I was kind of reading through the Storm Prediction Center reports, and yeah, there's some uprooted trees, lots of power damage, lots of power pole damage out there. Gas lines being broken, lots of things here. Even some funnel clouds being reported here just to the west of Grand Island, as we did kind of have a very strong looking kind of supercell along the leading edge of this MCS cluster or mesoscale convective system across this area here earlier on. We still have a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. here Central Daylight Time this evening here. These are for south central portions there of Nebraska here. So this is all down the I-80 corridor from Lexington here to Kearney all the way over toward the Grand Island area. So it's definitely still kind of keeping an eye on this area here as we move forward. We even have a severe thunderstorm warning here into western Kansas, southwestern Kansas here north and west of the Garden City area. Again, this is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. This is moving east at 15 miles per hour across this area, again near the Kendall area. Some penny-sized hail and some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts across southwestern portions of Kansas here. And as we move up here again to the north, as we take this warning boxes off here, we did have 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts actually reported near the Broken Bow area earlier on today with this complex of storms that did kind of really blow up unexpectedly across central portions of Nebraska here. And that's why I kind of cut in with the live stream today, doing some kind of special severe weather coverage to keep you guys ahead of all the storms here this evening. This is expected to kind of move into kind of an MCS or mesoscale convective system, kind of cluster across this area and then propagate here across portions of northeastern Kansas toward the Kansas City area and across northern Kansas, northern Missouri as we head into the overnight hours here towards St. Louis. So we'll watch out for that. This is the Storm Prediction Center's update here today. We actually have a slight risk of severe weather across southern portions of Nebraska as well as northeastern Kansas here. The tornado threat is less than 2% across this area, but we still have a significant, the update today here around 7:30, 8 o'clock here this evening actually upgraded this to a 15% significant hatched wind risk area of 75 plus mile per hour wind gusts. Well, like I said, we've had wind gusts here reported from the Storm Prediction Center and local, weather spotters, storm chasers out there in central Nebraska today near the Broken Bow area of 90 mile per hour wind gusts here being reported near the surface there today, bringing, a lot of tree damage, uprooted trees, power line damage, power pole damage, broken gas lines. We've had, multiple power outages across this area earlier on today. We also have that kind of general hail risk here continuing across southern and southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Kansas over the next couple of hours with this slight risk zone. We even have a marginal risk here extending across eastern portions of Illinois through north central portions of Indiana, western Ohio, and then kind of that marginal risk across south central portions of Arizona. We even had some reports in Arizona near the Green Valley area there in southern Arizona of quarter-size hail, that 1-inch hail, and also the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat here earlier on today as well. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. Lots of severe weather here today, so definitely appreciate everybody joining. Again, hello Wilson Dog and Christian, welcome to the live chat. Again, I wasn't planning on doing a live stream today, but then I saw all the severe weather start to kind of blow up across this area, and I figured might as well keep everybody safe out there, and that's just exactly what I'm going to be doing. We got some severe warnings down here, kind of a supercell developing down west of Cape Girardeau in southeastern Missouri right now. We'll get to this here. We'll kind of look at this warning. Again, this is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail right now across this area. So definitely keep in mind if you live in these areas, definitely heed the warning. West of Cape Girardeau, this is just south of the St. Louis area here, just about an hour or so south and west here of the St. Louis area. So definitely watch out for that. Again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail in this corridor. At 9:43, severe storm is located over Cascade or 12 miles west of Marble Hill. Moving east at 30 miles per hour. So this is moving east towards the Cape Girardeau area. So if you live in Cape Girardeau or along the I-55 corridor here in far southeastern Missouri, definitely want to notify family members and tell them, yeah, you definitely have some severe weather headed your way as we head here to the next few minutes through the evening hours toward that 10 and 11 o'clock hour. Again, this will be approaching portions here of far southern Illinois, south of the Carbondale area here with time, and then getting towards the Cape Girardeau area as well. Thank you guys for joining the live stream here, doing kind of some special weather coverage. If you guys have not pressed the subscribe button or the like button down below, I definitely appreciate if you guys would do so here in the live stream. Definitely appreciate it, everybody. We're seeing kind of an MCS cluster here across portions of southern Nebraska here. This has definitely had history of producing 80 to 90 mile per hour wind gusts here earlier on today. Like I said, up here the Broken Bow area here in the central portions of Nebraska, we actually did have 90 mile per hour wind gusts and even an 89 mile per hour wind gust actually confirmed by storm chasers, weather spotters out there, and also here the general public. So definitely here lots of damage across this area. We did have power poles broken, power lines down here, lots of tree damage here with uprooted trees, broken tree branches and stuff like that across the Broken Bow area and just west of Grand Island here as well. We did even have a kind of a funnel cloud reported across this area earlier on here this evening just a little while ago. So definitely something to keep in mind. Again, the live chat is open to everybody, so if you guys have any questions, comments out there, definitely we'll be able to answer all those here during the live stream this evening. Again, hey Wilson Dog, hey Christian, thank you guys for joining the live stream. Definitely appreciate it, and thanks for joining the live chat as well, being interactive here on the live stream. Definitely much appreciated, guys. Christian says, yeah, that's how Max Velocity was watching. Yeah, that's for sure. Christian also says, I feel bad for the people in that area. I hope everyone is safe. Yeah, I hope everybody's safe there too. Hopefully they can kind of clean up some of that storm damage here as we head into the morning hours tomorrow, because I know it's dark out now. And when it's dark out and you have storm damage, you definitely don't want to be, going outside and cleaning that stuff up, especially when you have down power lines and all that stuff. That's for sure. Let's move down here to south central portions there of Arizona, kind of the monsoonal flow here. We definitely have some severe warnings, especially right over the Phoenix area. So let's get to these. Phoenix right now until 8:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The storm is located over downtown Phoenix to South Mountain Park here in Arizona. The storm's moving west, so it's moving west at 20 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust potential here with this storm. Again, expect damage to roof, siding, trees, and also some power damage out there across this area. So downtown Phoenix, the Glendale area, Paradise Valley, Tolleson, as well as the North Mountain Park here, as well as South Phoenix. All of these areas definitely can be expecting here some very, gusty winds up to around 60 miles per hour here with this storm right over downtown Phoenix and the Glendale area right now. Just to the northwest of there, northwest of Glendale, we're seeing 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and this storm again is moving west at 15 miles per hour right now, located over Surprise, Arizona here. So we're definitely seeing some strong damaging winds here near the Surprise, Arizona area, Elmirage, Youngtown here, Whitman, Sun City West, as well as Sun City, Surprise Stadium, White Tank Mountain Park, Beardsley, as well as Vistancia here as well. This goes in effect again until 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Moving farther down here to the south, we got another kind of area to watch here. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in far southern Arizona here. Again, thank you guys for joining the live stream here. We're definitely doing special severe weather coverage here this evening, covering all the severe weather out there, kind of breaking in here to the live stream. And wasn't expecting this today, but we're definitely talking about a lot of severe weather. So if you guys could press that like button down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel, that would definitely be much appreciated here this evening. Thank you guys very much for joining. Again, the live chat is open to anybody and everybody, so if you guys want to ask any questions or, jot down any comments, definitely we'll be going through those here. Again, until 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, severe thunderstorm was located 11 miles south of Hikiwan, or 28 miles southeast of Ajo, moving west at 30 miles per hour. So all these storms are moving west kind of with that monsoonal flow down here. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts at quarter-size hail, and a threat for blowing dust is actually the hazard here as well. So with those strong gusty winds, with this storm is actually producing some blowing dust out there with all that dry weather across these areas. So definitely something to keep in mind. This is just west of the Tucson area here. And again, if you live in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix, we definitely have a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts until 8:15 Mountain Standard Time. This is right along the I-10 area, so Interstate 10 near the Glendale area in Phoenix and Scottsdale. Definitely watching out for that as well. Again, we do have another warning still in a portions near north and west of the Garden City area here in Kansas. We're watching a severe storm here, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. This warning goes in effect until 10:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time or 9:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time across this area. Again, a severe thunderstorm is located 15 miles north of Kendall, Kansas, moving due east. So it's moving east at 15 miles per hour. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail is the hazard with this thunderstorm as it continues to push off here to the east at 15 miles per hour. Again, this is mainly over the open areas here of northeastern Hamilton and northern Kearney counties here in western and southwestern Kansas, so we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Again, thank you guys for joining the live stream here this evening. Definitely appreciate it. If you guys would press the like button down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel, definitely much appreciated out there. And again, the live chat is open to anybody and everybody, so definitely ask your questions here. If you have any questions for your weather forecast for your area or any of the concerns down there, definitely dot them down here in the live chat. I will get to every single comment down there this evening. Wilson Dog says, I saw you contemplating me in max velocity chat. What do you mean contemplating me? Oh, you're talking about just like referencing you in the chat? Yeah, I saw you in there. Christian says, bro, check the velocity. Yeah, I will. I'm actually checking it on my phone. I can't use the velocity on here because that Radar Omega app is not working for me. I have reached out to them and they have not answered back. I do have Radar Omega as an app, but it does not, like I said, when I open it here on my computer, it doesn't work. So I'm just kind of using my local TV station's radar here. Still very helpful. I've been using this the last few live streams and it's definitely kept everybody safe out there, and I will continue to do so here even this evening. So definitely stay tuned to all this here. With the developing severe weather, significant severe weather across especially southern Nebraska here. This is the Storm Prediction Center's outlook. We got a slight risk of severe weather across southern Nebraska and northeastern Kansas here, far northern tier of counties there in Kansas. This is all west of the Kansas City area. Again, this includes here the cities of the Hastings area, getting kind of toward the, Kearney, Nebraska, and getting down here just to the east of McCook here in Nebraska as well. Again, slight risk across this area. The 2% chance here of tornadoes is less than 2%. So we have generally no tornado risk, although we did have a funnel cloud earlier on today across southern Nebraska, so that is something to note as well. No real confirmation of a tornado, but potentially one on the ground earlier. The survey teams will kind of relay that information here eventually as well. Wilson Dog says, I like WREX.com radar. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's kind of my local TV station's radar, so I just kind of use it on my live stream. Just a local TV station radar. Again, if you guys are just joining the live stream, it would be very appreciative if you guys, like the live stream down below here. Press the thumbs up button, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm at 259 subscribers, trying to get to 300 subscribers. So definitely try and, help me get to 300. It'd be very much appreciated, guys. Thank you guys for joining this evening. Appreciate it. Again, the live chat is open to anybody and everybody, so definitely dot your comments down there, and I will get to your comment here rather soon. Again, 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts or higher possible still across southern portions of Nebraska, as well as northern and northeastern here in Kansas. Again, the general 5 to 15% chance of hail, 5% area of hail. That's mainly in the marginal risk, that dark green area, and then here in the yellow area, which is a slight risk. That's where you have that 15% chance of some large hail, potentially up to around quarter to half dollar size. So we'll continue to watch that here through the next little bit here this evening. Christian says, I saw you talking. Yeah, we are friends, man. We're all friends. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, eastern portions of Illinois, as well as north central Indiana and far western Ohio, get that marginal risk here overnight tonight. And then we're down towards the Phoenix, Glendale area, and just west of the Tucson and over the Tucson area here in far southern Arizona, in that monsoonal flow type of area. We are seeing some severe weather already kind of popping up. We got 3 severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing across portions there of southern Arizona as we speak, especially even over portions of downtown Phoenix right now. That's for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So if you live in downtown Phoenix, the storm's moving kind of in a weird direction. It's moving west, so it's moving west at 20 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Expect damage to roof, siding, trees, and also that power line damage out there as well, potentially, especially when you see wind gusts up to around 60 miles per hour across this area. Again, downtown Phoenix is in play here with this storm right now. Thank you guys for joining. Definitely hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. Definitely much appreciated. Got to have a lot of great weather content coming your way here. Another video coming your way here in the morning hours, so definitely appreciate it. Kind of breaking down the next couple of weeks here in my weather forecast video tomorrow morning, so definitely make sure you like that as well as, watch the video. Definitely much improved video from when I first started YouTube, that's for sure. So we just, still got those 3 severe thunderstorm warnings across south central portions there of Arizona we're watching. We got a couple warnings, a kind of an extension of that warning. Let's get down here closer to the Cape Girardeau area in far southeastern Missouri. We got an extension toward the Marble Hill area and just north of Advance, Missouri. Again, this is moving due east, so it's moving east at 25 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail, so that 1-inch hail is a potential with this thunderstorm. This goes in effect until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southern Bollinger County and southeastern Missouri, again approaching the foothills of the Missouri area as well as getting down towards the Cape Girardeau area here. Again, this warning does go in effect here until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It will be approaching Interstate 55 here rather soon, so that is definitely something we're going to keep an eye on as this continues to kind of push off to the east here this evening. So again, thank you guys for joining here the live stream. Definitely much appreciated. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing a live stream today, Christian. This was kind of I wasn't thinking that the severe weather was going to be this significant today. I don't think the SPC was either. They only kind of they didn't even have a significant wind risk until their update later this afternoon. So sometimes storms can just catch a lot of meteorologists and stuff off guard, and that's kind of what happened here this this afternoon and this evening. That's for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts at 9:57, so just about 6-7 minutes ago here. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Sarenville to near Nelson to near Guide Rock in Nebraska. This is far southern Nebraska. This is moving quickly to the southeast at 50 miles per hour. So 50 miles per hour here to the southeast. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts with this here. Expect damage to roof, siding, trees, and power line damage. This is actually moving over the Oak and Nora areas here in southern Nebraska as we speak. The Botswick area around 10:10 here, so the next 5-6 minutes. Superior and Ruskin here around 10:15, so the next 10 or 11 minutes there. And then Hardy around 10:20 here. You got about 15 minutes for your area. Until this moves through your area here again into far southern and eventually kind of getting into southeastern portions here of Nebraska here over the next few minutes. So definitely heed the warnings here. Definitely could have some strong damaging winds here, kind of a good rush of wind coming out of these thunderstorms here in the next little bit. Again, thank you guys for subscribing out there. Whoever subscribed to the YouTube channel, definitely appreciate it. 260 subscribers. You guys rock. Again, if you guys have just joined the live stream, definitely would appreciate it if you would like the live stream down below by pressing the thumbs up button, as well as subscribing to the YouTube channel. Definitely helps out the algorithm to get this out to more and more people on YouTube, as well as some great weather content for you guys. In exchange for you pressing the like button and pressing the subscribe button, I will give you guys great weather content here throughout the week. I break a lot of weather down. You guys well know here, if you guys have watched my videos, definitely a lot of cool weather videos coming your way here, breaking stuff down here throughout the weekend and this week here. So definitely something cool coming your way here the next few days. I'll have a new weather forecast video, I think, updated here in the morning hours sometime tomorrow, mid to late morning, about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, Central Daylight Time, thereabout. Yeah, we got a good surge of wind here along the leading edge. If you could take these warnings off, look at that kind of it's not really a clear backward sea like a bow echo or anything, but we are seeing kind of a big surge of wind. So I wouldn't be surprised. I know it's dark outside in these areas, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if there was kind of like a gust front, like a shelf cloud or a wall cloud kind of on the leading edge of these storms. These storms have had a history of producing some really strong damaging winds north of I-80 toward the Broken Bow area, St. Paul area, west of Grand Island. Yeah, these areas have had history of producing, these storms have had a history of producing 80 to perhaps even up to, confirmation of 90 mile per hour wind gusts, even an 89 mile per hour wind gust reported earlier on today. So some very significant wind gusts across those areas earlier on today. So that is something the Storm Prediction Center and, the local National Weather Services here in the, central portions of Nebraska will be kind of surveying some of that damage here. We did have a funnel cloud reported as well near the I-80 area, just west here of the Grand Island here area, near the Wood River area earlier on. No tornado warnings right now, but we are seeing the potential of, the potential is there for more severe weather, not really tornadoes, but I think more damaging winds potentially here than anything else. Again, this is really going to start to develop into kind of an MCS or mesoscale convective system. And let's kind of look at what the model forecast is kind of spitting out here for what we can expect the rest of this evening. This is the HRRR, or the High Resolution Rapid and Refresh model here as it's called, but HRRR for short. And we're seeing that kind of, it's capturing that kind of complex of storms across portions here of southeastern Nebraska here as we head through the next couple of hours. And as it really kind of, that low-level jet really starts to increase here through the late evening and overnight hours, we'll really start to see kind of a complex of storms develop here toward the Kansas City area as we get toward the after midnight time frame into the wee hours of the morning here before dawn on your Sunday morning. And this will continue to kind of propagate itself here off toward the St. Louis area, Quincy, Hannibal areas there in Missouri and Illinois. As I kind of turn over here towards the Illinois area, here you can see that complex bringing maybe some strong wind gusts, some smaller hail, eventually here some very heavy rainfall I think will be the main threat down toward the St. Louis area. This is going toward your early morning hours through about midday hours here on your Sunday. We'll definitely continue to watch this here. Lots of lightning potential with this. And then as we move through the day on Sunday here, a lot of heavy rainfall across portions south of I-74, mainly here in Illinois, south of the Peoria area, down towards Springfield, Carbondale, the Paducah area, getting over towards St. Louis here, O'Fallon. All these areas could definitely be seeing some heavy rain. Some scattered showers and storms developing across portions there of Indiana, western and central Ohio during the afternoon here. And as we get toward the peak heating time frame, we'll really start to bubble bubble up a lot of these storms across the Ohio Valley as we kind of move toward mid and late afternoon here tomorrow. You're on the 2, 3, 4 o'clock time frame and thereabout across portions of the Louisville area here, Cincinnati, getting down towards Evansville, Indiana, portions here of the Carbondale area still, maybe down towards Cape Girardeau, again, mid to late afternoon here tomorrow, but again, like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 o'clock across some of these areas here, and that will continue to march its way to the east as we head here through the rest of tomorrow evening. So definitely here, putting this in play for you guys to kind of show you what we can expect across the Midwest here as we head into the day, the rest of tonight into the day tomorrow. I'll play this a couple times for you guys to kind of give you a general idea of where you guys are here on the map, so you can kind of pinpoint where you, if you can have some heavy rainfall heading through the day tomorrow again. Again, we see that complex starting to organize across the Kansas City area. This will kind of push off to the east here with time as we head through downstate Illinois and the downstate portions of Indiana and then Ohio. Really starting to see some heavy rainfall tomorrow as well. Again, another model we like to look at is called the RAP here. Let's see how if this really agrees with the HRRR. And again, largely seeing kind of that complex moving across north central Missouri toward the St. Louis area. And again, some heavy rainfall, really just kind of a steady, moderate to heavy rain across portions here of, Indiana, western Ohio, towards the Louisville area here, Indianapolis, getting over towards portions there of Cincinnati as we head towards the morning hours tomorrow. And then again, this will propagate its way to the east, and we'll just have continuous kind of rounds of heavy rainfall and, potentially here some lightning, maybe some severe weather across the area here tomorrow. Let's kind of show you this here tomorrow. We do have 3 separate areas the Storm Prediction Center is predicting for isolated strong to severe storms. One of those areas is across south central portions of Montana. Another area across northeastern Arkansas, southeastern portions there of Missouri, far downstate Illinois, the Carbondale, Paducah areas here down towards portions of western Kentucky, western Tennessee, so including the Memphis area, as well as far northern Mississippi, and then kind of an elongated area here of a marginal risk here from the Pittsburgh area, getting down towards Charleston, West Virginia, downstate portions there of Ohio, and getting into east central portions of Kentucky here for the day tomorrow. Again, not really worried about a tornado risk, less than 2%, but mainly just a damaging wind risk across all 3 of these areas from the Ohio Valley down through the Mid-South and again into portions of south central Montana. And then the hail risk here is really less than 5% across all areas, as the instability is really not going to have a chance to build up with all those active rounds of storms through the day. So mainly just a damaging wind risk across all 3 of these areas that I was mentioning here for the day tomorrow across those areas. And again, I'll put this in play one more time using the HRRR if you live in the Ohio Valley to kind of get your bearings on where these storms will be for your area, kind of give you a general idea of if your area will get hit by heavy rainfall and thunderstorms here through the day tomorrow, through the morning into the afternoon. Again, if you guys are just joining the live stream, kind of doing breaking severe weather coverage, we'd much appreciate if you guys would press the thumbs up button down below and press the like button. It definitely gets it out to more and more people, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel here. We're up to 261 subscribers. If you guys would help me get up to 300, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for joining. The live chat is open to anyone and everyone. Hey Sabrina, how are you? You're new to the live chat. Thank you very much for joining. As well as Jakey Buddy. Hello, how are you doing? Jakey says, hi, I just had a severe thunderstorm this morning at 4 a.m. Just 30 miles per hour winds and rain, but not that heavy. Well, you definitely needed the rainfall up there, that is for sure. I'm not sure if you were in a drought. If you could tell me if you're in a drought, I'm not sure. I don't have the data for southern Canada there, southern Manitoba, but Manitoba is going to be in the kind of the area of some active weather, that active storm track as we head into early next week, and especially toward the middle and late next week here as well, as the heat really starts to expand to the north. All right, let's get back to the active radar here. Again, we're tracking some severe weather across southeastern Missouri. This is west of Cape Girardeau. We're seeing kind of a supercell type of thunderstorm developing. This is moving east at 25 miles per hour, located over the grassy area here in southeastern Missouri, or 8 miles southwest of Marble Hill, Missouri as well. Just as all west of the Cape Girardeau area, moving due east at 25 miles per hour. Again, for southern Bollinger County in southeastern Missouri, this goes in effect until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The hazard here is 60 mile per hour wind gust and that 1-inch quarter-size hail. Again, expect hail damage to vehicles, and wind damage to roof, siding, trees, and the power line damage out there. Definitely could lose some power, especially with that 60 mile per hour wind gust threat. Again, this storm is kind of approaching from the west here, the I-55 corridor that runs north to south across far southeastern Missouri right now. So definitely want to heed the warning if you live in Cape Girardeau here, once the storm does get a little bit closer to your area here in the next little bit. Jakey says, no, I'm not in a drought, but last year I was. Yeah, droughts are no fun. I'm in a drought right now. I'm actually getting into a moderate drought again after we just erased the drought in northern Illinois, actually recently. So now we're getting back into a drought, unfortunately. But hey, you take it or you leave it. It could be worse. Texas is in a big drought as well, and they really need the rain. So if we have rain here, I'd rather push it down towards Texas than have it in my area. That's for sure. They need it more than northern Illinois at this point. Yeah, we got some more storms across southern portions of Nebraska. Again, this storm complex earlier today up toward the Broken Bow area west of Grand Island was actually capable of producing, 90-mile-per-hour winds, and actually estimated by weather spotters and also storm chasers out there of actually 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts reaching the surface here earlier on today with this storm complex. So that's why we did break into the live stream today, and we said, hey, there's some significant severe weather out there, and we don't want to leave you guys hanging. We want to keep everybody safe out there, and that's why kind of tuning in here this evening, late this evening, to kind of keep you guys on your toes and kind of keep you ahead of all the the dangerous severe weather out there. Again, so I do appreciate everybody joining here this evening. Again, means a lot to me. And again, if you guys have not pressed the like button down below, definitely would be much appreciated. That's that thumbs up button down below, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. Press that red subscribe button. You can also, my Twitter handle should be below as well. If you guys want to join me on Twitter, I have a lot of cool additional weather information on my Twitter handle. Again, hweather420 is my Twitter handle, or weather on the go as well. Same emblem as my YouTube channel. And again, I will have a new video for you guys in the morning tomorrow, so definitely I won't leave you guys hanging. You'll definitely have a new video tomorrow for an update across the country from coast to coast on your severe weather and all the other weather out there, the heat and all that stuff. Jakey says a month without rain. Yeah, that would be insane. A month without rain. We've only went here in northern Illinois, I think almost a week without rain now. So we definitely could use it, but Texas definitely much more. And just mainly just the whole southwestern United States needs it a lot more than I do up here in northern Illinois, that's for sure. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning over downtown Phoenix and the Glendale area here as well earlier. This has actually been allowed to expire or be canceled, so that's some good news. Still got a severe thunderstorm warning on the northwestern side here of the Phoenix area, northwest of Glendale up toward the Surprise, Arizona, the Whitman area here, and north of I-10. Again, this is for just a good rush of wind from these storms. Again, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. This storm's moving in a weird direction. Again, it's moving west. It's moving west at 15 miles per hour, so pretty slowly, but definitely could see some damaging wind potential with some damaging downburst winds from this as well. This is moving kind of west at 15 miles per hour, so Surprise, Arizona, the Youngtown area, Whitman, Sun City, Waddell, Surprise Stadium, White Tank Mountain Park, Beardsley, and Vistancia. All these areas definitely here be on guard for some damaging straight line winds from this kind of thunderstorm complex or kind of thunderstorm cell here as it moves off to the west of 15 miles per hour. Looking down here to the south, this is west of Tucson, kind of a little bit of a stronger storm cell here. This is also warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds and that 1-inch quarter-size hail. This is moving again to the west, but moving west at 20 miles per hour here. It was located 10 miles north of Guvo, or 18 miles southeast of Ajo. I think it's Ajo or Ajo, moving west at 20 miles per hour here. Again, expect the hail damage to vehicles and also wind damage to roofs, siding, trees out there. Again, the Guvo area, Hickewan, as well as the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, San Simon, as well as Gunsight, as well as also San Simon West. All these areas, be on the lookout for that. Again, this warning goes in effect here until 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in far southern Arizona out there, so definitely want to be on the lookout for that. It looks like the warning has been dropped across portions northwest of Garden City with this kind of stronger storm complex. If I put the lightning on here, yeah, you're starting to see a lot of lightning here. Very electrical storm here with a lot of instability across this area today. And yeah, there's a lot of storm action across portions there as in the storm cell here in the western and southwestern portions of Kansas near the Garden City area and on the northwest. As I zoom in here, there's a lot of lightning bolts here showing up. That's a lot of lightning with the storm. Probably some cloud to ground lightning, so definitely do not want to be outside for that. And again, as I move up and turn kind of some of these alerts off here, look at all the lightning up into portions of southern Nebraska right now. Tons of lightning strikes here, probably some cloud to ground lightning up here as well. So that is something you do not want to be outside for, that is for sure. Pretty decent lightning here, even with that small cell west of Cape Girardeau. So very electrical storm as well into southeastern portions of Missouri as well, west of Cape Girardeau, so approaching the I-55 corridor, south of St. Louis here right now. So If this does get into Illinois, it'll be far, far southern Illinois, that's for sure. If you guys can't hear me in the chat, definitely would appreciate a note down in the chat or a comment saying I can't hear you. I don't want to be talking to the wall, guys. As much as I love talking to the wall, I don't want to. I think I have the audio all good for on here today. I think it's not really as bad as what it was before the other day. I appreciate you guys letting me know before, because I don't want to I don't want to be talking to the wall, like I said on here. I don't want to be be interactive on the live stream. Good, he says. Good for what? The heat or the storms? You need some rainfall. Is that what you're talking about? Again, I appreciate everybody joining here the live stream today. Thank you for all the 5 likes down there at least. Guys, thank you guys for watching the live stream. 262 subscribers. We're getting closer to 300, guys. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, definitely please help me get up to 300 subscribers. That would mean the world to me. You guys are awesome. Again, this is the outlook here for today. The rest of this evening here, the Storm Prediction Center will come out with their new Day 1 outlook, which it would actually be for Sunday, July 17th. That comes out here at 1 o'clock in the morning. We won't be live for that. We won't be live that long, but definitely we'll continue to kind of keep an eye on that as we have another severe weather potential moving across the northern U.S. and toward the Great Lakes as we head into next week here. I'll touch on here in just a moment. But again, the slight risk across portions here of southern Nebraska as well as northern and northeastern kind of areas here in Kansas. Definitely can watch out for that, as well as a marginal risk across portions of the Indianapolis area into eastern Illinois, far western Ohio here through the next few hours. And again, that marginal risk down towards Phoenix, Tucson, getting over to the Glendale, Surprise, Arizona area here, down towards the Mexican border there with Arizona as we head here through the next few hours with that marginal risk down there as well. Mainly here just a damaging wind threat here, continuing that significant 15% hatched area of damaging winds with the 75+ mile per hour wind gust potential still there across southern portions of Nebraska as well as far northern Kansas through the next couple of hours, but it'll really start to weaken as we start to wane in the instability department here in the next few hours. Again, the hail threat mainly confined up into portions of Nebraska, northern Kansas, toward the Kansas City area, but especially west of there. And then again, the tornado risk is less than 2% here in all these areas, so not really too worried about an ongoing tornado threat here the rest of this evening at all. So again, the live chat is open to anyone and everyone, so definitely jot down your comments, questions, concerns. I'll definitely get to everybody here in the live chat this evening. And again, if you guys have not liked the live stream down below, the live stream like is actually that thumbs up button, so definitely appreciate if you guys would press that, as well as the subscribe button as well down below as well. Would trying to get me to 300 subscribers would mean a lot, so definitely appreciate it. We still got that storm west of Cape Girardeau we're watching here again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter size hail, so that 1-inch hail. Still kind of that baseline severe thunderstorm criteria across these areas, so we'll definitely continue to watch that over the next few minutes. Again, this warning goes in effect until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southeastern Ballinger County here. And then moving up to the north, we still kind of got the severe warnings, including the Nelson area, Superior, getting up here to the west of Sutton. This is into southern portions there, the southernmost tier of counties into Nebraska. They've actually started to trim that severe thunderstorm watch across the Grand Island, Kearney area, getting up towards Broken Bow earlier, and the Lexington area where they did have that significant damaging winds earlier, potentially measured up to around 90 miles per hour in this area. So definitely something to keep in mind as we move through the next few minutes. Again, this warning is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts here, moving southeast, starting to slow a little bit, but still moving pretty quickly to the southeast at 45 miles per hour across this area here, north of the Ange or to the Oak area here to New Superior in far southern and southeastern Nebraska, watching this as well. So let's go ahead here and look at the model forecast here as we kind of move through the next 2 weeks for you guys here on the live stream, so you can kind of get a bearings of what you can expect over the next 2 weeks here. This is the GFS forecast model. Again, take the GFS, sometimes take it with a grain of salt, especially as you go a little farther in time. We'll definitely show you a couple different model solutions here, what could happen over the next couple of weeks to see where the differences are and where the agreement is. So looking first here at the temperature map here, you can see as we head through the rest of today, we got all that heat out there, but then then as we get into tomorrow, these are your high temperatures expected on the GFS forecast model. Again, we're expecting 90s all the way up into southern portions of Saskatchewan here as we head into tomorrow, all the way up into southern portions of Canada. We got lower 100s potentially as far north as eastern Montana and the western Dakotas as we head into your Sunday afternoon. So definitely can see some extreme heat building farther to the north across the northern plains. We still got those 105s to 110 range across the Red River there from Wichita Falls back toward the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And then we still got, of course, those hot areas across the Phoenix area getting down towards Death Valley there in Southern California and Central California there, approaching that 110 to 115 mark, especially into Death Valley as we head into the day tomorrow. Looking ahead to your Monday, however, we're still seeing that heat expand all the way up into portions of the Dakotas. A little cooler there in Saskatchewan and southern Manitoba, where you kind of got some of that rain shower activity and some of those storms on your Monday, and that's associated with the shortwave trough here. I'll show you in just a moment. But we have 105s, 110s potentially spreading all the way up into portions there of the Nebraska area, maybe South Dakota. I think this model may be a little overdone on the 110s up into South Dakota, but you guys get the point that, yeah, there's a lot of heat that will start to spread to the north. And again, that will just continue ahead of that trough, as I call it here, as we call it, across portions of the central and southern plains. I think this model is a little more accurate with the heat across the portions of Oklahoma and Texas. I think 116 is pushing it a little bit, but I do think the 110 mark definitely could be achieved in quite a few of these areas. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, getting back to Wichita Falls, already have seen these areas already hit near 110 this season with the ongoing drought. With that ongoing drought, yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of dry ground, and dry ground actually heats up a lot faster than wet ground does, believe it or not. So that is why we're seeing all that heat just continue day after day after day down in these areas. Now, concerning the trough across this area, as I go to kind of the 250 millibar wind. Okay, that's actually, let's look at the vorticity here. Okay, here's the vorticity. I've showed you this on my forecast video before, and where you see kind of this big bowling ball. It looks like a bowling ball or kind of, like a tennis ball type of thing or whatever you call it, across portions here of the northwestern plains. It's actually called a shortwave trough, but it looks like a bowling ball, and as it kind of rounds this ridge, you can see the ridge kind of anchored across the southwestern United States. As we round the ridge here towards the Dakotas on your Monday time frame, ahead of that ridge, or rather ahead of that shortwave trough here on the northern end of this ridge, we're actually seeing a lot of heat, and that's when I showed you those 100-degree temperatures across this area, and we'll start to see a lot of storms start to pop up potentially across this area. And let's look at the radar depiction on the GFS's model, and you can see maybe some isolated to widely scattered showers and storms. Now, not everybody will see storms across North Dakota or South Dakota or eastern portions of Montana on Monday, but if the storms do develop across this area ahead of that shortwave trough, we definitely could be talking about some isolated to scattered severe weather. And that's why the Storm Prediction Center, going ahead to Monday here, has hoisted a slight risk across northeastern Montana, most of North Dakota, especially north central North Dakota, and the northwestern portions there of Minnesota. A very familiar area that's been hit hard recently here this year, continuously seeing some severe weather, and it looks like we'll continue to have that threat as we move here into Monday. And again, that's a 5% chance of severe weather in that marginal risk area or that dark green area, and then that 15% chance of severe weather in scattered fashion here, a kind of scattered coverage of severe weather here in that 15% or slight risk area. We also don't want to discount the potential for some isolated stronger storms across the Boston area, getting down into portions there of Hartford, Connecticut, Rhode Island, portions there of Vermont, New Hampshire, far southern Maine. But the main severe weather risk is actually going to be found across, again, North Dakota, portions of Montana, getting into Minnesota on Monday. So going back to the GFS's model rendition here of what we could expect here as we head towards Monday, again, we're seeing a lot of shear start to develop with this system. As I go to the 250 millibar winds, this is kind of the upper jet stream, and you can see a very strong jet kind of rounding the base of this trough and rounding the northern periphery of the ridge. And a lot of times here, when you have stronger jet streams in here, they actually can, if the storms can start to develop in this environment, we really can start to see some storms take off, especially with damaging winds. I'm more concerned about a hail threat, what we call lapse rates. Lapse rates rates are kind of, as you go up in the atmosphere, it's the cooler, columns of the atmosphere aloft. So from the low levels to the mid levels and the upper levels of the atmosphere. As you go up aloft, 1,000 feet, 10,000 feet, 25,000 feet, 50,000 feet, you start to cool off the atmosphere each time as you go up higher and higher in the atmosphere. And the faster those temperatures cool off aloft, the more robust thunderstorm, updrafts you can get. And the faster that is, the more, vigorous hail could actually start to develop, those giant hailstones up into the atmosphere. And the taller those storms can get, 40, 50, 60,000 feet like we see sometimes. Yeah, that's where we can see those big hailstones with some of these storms as we head into that Monday timeframe. So I'm more concerned about a hail threat on Monday than I am damaging winds and tornadoes, but the damaging wind and tornado threat will still be there across that slight risk and even that marginal risk zone I was showing you. Again, I'll go back to that on your Monday timeframe here. And putting some cities into perspective on your Monday, Grand Forks, Fargo, Bismarck, Minot, this is all into portions here of North Dakota, getting back into northeastern portions there of Montana, as well as northwestern Minnesota. Again, this is for the Monday time frame. Again, Glasgow, that's into portions of northeastern Montana, and even that marginal risk kind of extending down towards Billings here, the Great Falls area, and then getting over towards, well to the northwest of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, just west here of Duluth, Minnesota. So definitely continue to watch this here on your Monday. Again, the SPC will be updating this in their day one outlook that does come out here at 1 o'clock in the morning Central Daylight Time. Again, I won't be live for that, but definitely kind of keeping an eye on Monday across this area. Again, I think large hail will be the main threat, followed by damaging winds, and then isolated tornado or two as we head to Monday afternoon during this time frame. Again, if you guys are just joining the live stream, definitely appreciate if you guys would press that like button down below, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Definitely would be much appreciated. But then going ahead from Monday into Tuesday. Now, this gets pretty interesting here on Tuesday. The models have been pretty consistent on what could happen Tuesday. Now, this trough is initially going to go from west to east. But as this ridge, kind of the eastern flank of this ridge, actually starts to break down on the eastern side along the Mississippi Valley, this trough is actually going to start to take more of an east-southeasterly or southeasterly jog across the western Great Lakes here down into northern Wisconsin and portions there of the northern Great Lakes as we head towards that Tuesday time frame and toward the midday hours on your Wednesday. And now what's going to happen here is, as I put the temperature profile on here, you can see temperatures here on your Tuesday. Yeah, lots of hundreds out there to the west or to the south and west here. We got lots of 90s even building into southern portions there of Minnesota, maybe mid 90s here, and that actually will fuel the severe weather and the instability that we need for the strongest severe storms across this area as we head into Tuesday. Again, looking at the upper level dynamics here with the jet stream, yeah, we got a strong jet stream kind of rounding the base of that trough across portions here of the Dakotas into western and central Minnesota, and this area will be more conducive to some severe weather if we can get storms to fire. Now, the thing is, the models have been pretty consistent over the last few runs. As I put the radar on here, what the model looks like, what the radar could look like later in the day on your Tuesday, the models have been actually very consistent on showing not really any thunderstorm activity on your Tuesday afternoon. And that is due to what we call a cap, or a capping inversion, or a lid, whatever you want to call it. That is due to kind of a warm layer aloft here in those mid-levels of the atmosphere. So remember when I was telling you about the lapse rates where you have cooler air aloft here? Generally, as you go up and through the low levels, mid levels, upper levels of the atmosphere, sometimes you have a cap right in the middle, and sometimes when you have a very strong cap, or what's also called as an EML, or an elevated mixed layer, definitely sometimes you don't have those strong, really tall updrafts, so you can't really get those thunderstorms to really get strong, and that's what we're seeing here, I think, on your Tuesday afternoon. So the model, the GFS, has been pretty consistent, and really the whole model suite in general has been very consistent. The GFS, the CMC, which is a Canadian model, the European forecast model, and a lot of the climate forecasting systems models have really actually been pretty accurate to this year, and actually have been accurate so far, and being consistent and showing this cap in the atmosphere. So definitely have to continue to watch that. But if storms can fire, the Storm Prediction Center on Tuesday actually has maintained a large 15% area on Tuesday across eastern portions there of Minnesota, the entire state of Wisconsin here, the western UP of Michigan, western lower Michigan, the Gary, Indiana area, Chicago, Illinois, the Grand Rapids, Michigan area here, all the way back into northern Illinois, so Rockford getting up towards Madison here in Wisconsin, Green Bay, the Wisconsin Dells, Rochester, Minnesota, Dubuque, Iowa, let's see here, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, getting up toward Minneapolis, St. Paul, Duluth, Minnesota, all these areas. You get the point, guys. Yeah, we got a large area of some severe weather as we head into that Tuesday time frame. And now this could be expanding. This could be actually upgraded to an enhanced risk. It really just depends on those dynamics leading up to that Tuesday afternoon and evening time frame. And I definitely will keep an eye on this here as we head through the next couple of days here, especially on my morning forecast videos and any updates here in the afternoon and evening hours on my my YouTube page as well. Or you guys can also join me on Twitter. I'll have updates here on that. My Twitter handle is down below in the live stream here. So if you guys scroll down below, you guys can see my Twitter handle. Definitely follow me on Twitter. I have lots of additional weather, forecast information on there for you guys that you guys can check out during that time as well. So let's kind of look at this. Let's look at this starting on Monday, okay? Let's look at the Dakotas and kind of what the models are starting to show. So let's look at the NAM forecast model. This is kind of a, medium range model we like to look at as we get a little closer here and start to look at the atmosphere from the top down, right? So let's kind of look at the radar first as we get toward that Monday time frame. Now we got some showers. The NAM model is showing some showers, maybe some isolated to widely scattered storms across portions of southern Manitoba, southeastern Saskatchewan, so the southern Canadian prairies, as well as North Dakota on the Monday morning time frame. Now, as we head into the afternoon, the model actually indicates storms firing back to the west across eastern Montana, and they will propagate east across this environment. And the downstream environment across the Dakotas, southeastern Saskatchewan, southern Manitoba, and potentially as far east as northwestern Minnesota will actually start to destabilize, which I mean, the instability will start to grow, and I'll show you that here. Is the instability. You look at here, you probably don't know what these colors mean, but I'll tell you, the yellows are actually 3,000 joules per kilogram, and where you see these kind of maroon reds, that's where you see up to around 4,000 joules per kilogram, or 4 times of what you need for severe weather. So that is something we'll definitely keep an eye on for you guys here through the next couple of days as we get a little closer here. We have another day tomorrow to refine this here. I know the Storm Prediction Center will work hard all night trying to refine this area. Again, I do think a slight risk is pretty reasonable. The Storm Prediction Center is very accurate in their weather forecast, so I definitely commend them for their great work down there at Norman, Oklahoma. A lot of great weather meteorologists down in that area. Again, the yellow area is 3,000 joules per kilogram, and the maroon reds here is 4,000. So we have the instability there. Now the supercell composite is kind of hitting pretty high here, just a couple days out now. That does mean here we're going to have probably discrete, maybe even semi-discrete storms kind of by themselves, and we definitely have to watch the potential of tornadoes. Now, I'm not thinking the tornado threat's going to be number one threat. I think the number one threat, as I was alluding to earlier, this is what we call lapse rates. And lapse rates, as you go up in the atmosphere, you have temperatures that naturally cool aloft. But once they cool faster and faster and faster aloft here, the faster they cool off aloft through the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere and even the low levels, the stronger the, unstable the environment will be. And it looks like lapse rates here in the yellows will actually be pushing around 7.5 to 8 degrees Celsius per kilometer as you go up into the atmosphere. Down here in the reds, down here kind of away from that severe weather area, especially here across portions of South Dakota, getting into, eastern Wyoming, northwestern Nebraska, kind of pushing up to near that 9 degrees Celsius per kilometer into the atmosphere as well. And this is kind of the mid-level lapse rate. So this is in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And I'm kind of worried about a large hail potential on Monday. I think that's going to be the number one risk. I think kind of looking at these dynamics, I think the number one kind of threat on Monday from the storms will be large hail, followed by damaging winds, followed by isolated tornadoes here. That's what I'm kind of thinking, especially here because we're not really seeing a big signal for, the SIG-TOR values are just really not that high. I'm not really concerned about a tornado risk. However, like you saw today, we could have funnel clouds. We could have isolated spin-up tornadoes. So you still don't want to put your guard down, but I really think that large hail risk, and especially followed by the damaging wind risk, is really going to be kind of the calling for these storms heading into that Monday afternoon, especially Monday evening time frame. So let's kind of look at this as well here a little bit closer. This is kind of the lower level jet across the area. Still seeing kind of a lower level jet starting to come, start to build very strongly across the eastern Dakotas and in northwestern Minnesota here on your Monday evening into the overnight time frame. Also kind of looking at the mid-level jet. We still kind of have a little stronger kind of rear inflow jet here in the mid-levels, just a little bit farther off, displaced to the west, so we'll have to wait and see here how this comes a little bit closer into agreement. And again, this is one model run, so we don't want to kind of put all our money in the bank on this quite yet, but definitely something to watch as we get closer. And then kind of the upper level jet stream here, you can see we do have that stronger upper level dynamic with this. We've got the kind of a little bit of support from the upper level jet stream, so we definitely have the potential for severe weather as we get a little bit closer in here towards that Monday afternoon time frame. And again, let's look at this here with the dew points. Even you got the dew points here, you got the upper 60s, low 70 dew points all the way up into portions of the southern Canadian prairies here. So you guys in southern Manitoba, central and southern Saskatchewan, it's going to be kind of muggy out there for you guys on that Monday afternoon and the Monday evening time frame. So I definitely want to keep an eye on that here as well. But getting back to what the radar could look like, kind of the simulated reflectivity, you can see during that Monday evening time frame, just some scattered storms. And we might kind of have an arcing band of storms depending on how these develop into that Monday, overnight time frame, and then kind of propagate across portions of southern Manitoba, southeastern Saskatchewan with an attendant large hail. Number one threat there, I think the damaging wind threat here, and then heavy rain will really be kind of an issue as well, I think, especially if we can get some storms kind of training over the same areas over and over and over again as we head here into that, Monday, Tuesday time frame. And then kind of here comes Tuesday. Let's talk about this a little further here on Tuesday, right? Looking back here at the Storm Prediction Center, this is their outlook for Tuesday. A large slight risk across Wisconsin, Minnesota, especially eastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa, north central Illinois, northwestern Indiana, western lower Michigan, and also the western UP of Michigan. So lots of areas here. And kind of looking at this further, as we get into the morning hours on Tuesday, this is what the NAM model shows, and the NAM model has been pretty accurate this year. Although I do want to note that sometimes the NAM model is a little aggressive on things than other models, and sometimes it's a little under aggressive on things. So definitely have to kind of key in on some of the solutions here, but definitely you get the idea that we have some showers and storms around into portions of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, La Crosse, Wisconsin, near just northwest of the Rochester area here in Minnesota during the Tuesday morning hours. As we propagate towards the afternoon, now these showers may start to fizzle out as they approach the Milwaukee, Green Bay areas here as we head towards that time frame. Maybe some storms trying to fire up towards the mid-afternoon hours here along that very strong cold front. We're going to have a very powerful cold front move through the Midwest here. You're not going to feel it with the temperatures, but you're definitely going to feel it with the humidity out there. And I'll show you that right now. Look at the dew point drop behind that front, guys. We're seeing dew points drop into the 40s and 50s behind that front, but ahead of that front, yeah, we got that soupy air you can wear out there in the upper 60s to low to mid 70s, especially from the Illinois Valley all the way up here into the upper Mississippi Valley, upper Midwest, western Great Lakes region. You get the idea ahead of that front. So we do have the lift out there. We have a strong lifting mechanism. But we also have to look at the atmosphere again from the top down. Looking kind of at the lower level jet here on your Tuesday, we're seeing a big signal on the NAM model of actually that stronger low level jet here in the the yellowish kind of mustard colors here. That's where you can see that 40, maybe 45 knot range. So that's pretty significant for some storm organization. Now let's kind of look here at the mid-level jet here, and you still have kind of a little bit of that mid-level jet kind of rounding that trough, kind of rounding the base of that trough here across portions of the upper Midwest here on your Tuesday evening. Now let's look at the upper level winds. We do have some support, especially across the eastern portions of the Dakotas, Minnesota, western Wisconsin as we head to the evening time frame. So putting this all together, let's look at the instability here as we get a little bit closer here. And you can see right along that cold front, you can clearly see where that cold front is. Behind it, you have like no instability. The atmosphere is completely stable. But ahead of that cold front, you definitely have a lot of unstable, probably at least moderately to maybe even locally strongly unstable environment across this area by Tuesday after late afternoon, early evening. So we'll have to watch this. But definitely seeing kind of a signal of some supercells potentially developing, especially because we have that strong cap. And again, I've explained that cap here in the live stream. If you have a cap in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, storms will really struggle to get going. And we've seen this in numerous severe weather events here where storms just really struggle. But sometimes caps can actually act as more of a significant trigger if they do breach, or what I talk, as the cap starts to weaken and we start to see storms kind of develop here. One storm could actually be a domino effect to kind of make more storms form. So definitely with those outflow boundaries, we definitely could watch that here. And that actually continues into that Tuesday night time frame with those supercell composite deposit values pushing into the western Great Lakes from the UP of Michigan down through portions there of Wisconsin, northern Illinois, especially northwestern Illinois, and then eastern portions of Iowa. We'll definitely have to watch that as we get a little bit closer. Looking at the tornado side of things here, we're not seeing a huge signal again, just like Monday, not really seeing a big signal for tornadoes on Tuesday. I think it's mainly going to be a large hail damaging wind threat. But if we have more discrete storms that could also become, kind of take a hold of some of this low-level rotation potentially in the atmosphere on your Tuesday, especially Tuesday evening here for a time, we definitely could start to see some rotating storms. Now, it's not to say we're going to have a tornado outbreak or anything along those lines, but definitely something to watch as we get a little bit closer, guys. So definitely something I'll be keeping an eye on, and I'll keep you updated on my videos as well on my YouTube channel to kind of keep you guys ahead of all of the severe weather out there early next week as well. And unfortunately, guys, if you live in the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes, it's not going to get it's not going to get quiet for you. I am seeing longer range, looking kind of at the European forecast model, the GFS, which is the American model, and the CMC, which is the Canadian forecast model, and a lot of those climate forecasting models out there. We're seeing a lot of a very strongly active pattern with that ring of fire, MCS or mesoscale convective system kind of pattern starting to return from southern Canada, the upper Midwest, and the Great Lakes down through the Ohio Valley once we reach the end of this month, guys. So I think this is really going to return in a big way, and that could favor another derecho chance, especially across the Great Lakes into southeastern Canada. So if you guys live in Ontario, Manitoba, up towards portions here, Wisconsin, Minnesota, the Michigan area, maybe down towards the Ohio Valley here, towards the Ohio and Indiana area, I really want you guys to keep an eye on the weather forecast as we kind of move toward the end of this month, as the pattern will become more conducive to these windstorms, kind of the derecho potential as we get towards the end of this month. Now, it's not to say we're going to have a derecho. There's no slam dunk here, guys, but definitely something to watch as we kind of move a little bit closer towards that time frame as all the pieces to the puzzle start to come together and align themselves. But again, I just wanted to kind of warn you guys about the severe weather potential. And again, I underline that word potential here for Monday and Tuesday. It's not a slam dunk for these days either. A lot of things still have to come together for all this to unfold. So definitely want to keep your eyes peeled as you head into that Monday time frame, especially here. Like I said, I'll go over this again, the Storm Prediction Center. Keep your eyes peeled and keep on your toes here if you live in the eastern portions there, especially into that slight risk zone in northeastern and eastern Montana, into North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota here on your Monday. And then on Tuesday across a large area. This area could change. The new outlook does come out here at 2:30 in the morning for the day 3 outlook. So I won't be live at 2:30 in the morning, but you definitely can see that this area is very large across Wisconsin, Minnesota there, northeastern Iowa, north central Illinois. This area could shift a little farther north. It could get a little larger. We could get a little smaller. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on this as we move a little bit closer here down the line here towards that Tuesday time frame. Again, if you guys are just joining, we're kind of just going over the next couple of weeks of severe weather, kind of get your bearings on what you can expect across the, from coast to coast out there. If you guys have not dropped the like down below and pressed the, thumbs up button, definitely would appreciate if you guys would do so, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely, I could provide you guys with some amazing weather content on here over the next couple of weeks, and just really forever on here. If you guys want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, I have some daily forecast videos that you will not want to miss, especially as I kind of break all this weather pattern stuff down and kind of really break down the severe weather pattern in the tropics. I also do tropical weather as well, so do consider hitting that subscribe button down below as well. Trying to get me closer to 300 subscribers. I definitely would appreciate that, guys. Definitely much appreciated. Let's look at a different model. This is the European forecast model. Again, kind of the same theme. You get that shortwave trough kind of moving across the Dakotas here into Monday evening, but you're not seeing a clear signal. You're not seeing that convective footprint on any of these models, and that's just due to the fact that there's going to be a cap on the atmosphere, and those caps really start to kind of hurt the storm potential because you don't have a lot of that upward growth. You don't have those strong, tall updrafts that are 40, 50, 60,000 feet, and when you don't have that, you really just don't see anything. But I think the potential is there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Again, that large hail potential, I think, is number one on your Monday, followed by damaging winds, followed by isolated tornadoes. Again, on Tuesday, though, we got the same issue with the capping inversion on the atmosphere from portions of the, southern Canada, some rainfall rainfall there, but I think the southernmost portion here from Wisconsin, Minnesota, down through Iowa, northern Illinois on your Tuesday has that issue with the cap because it's in such close proximity to that big, strong ridge of high pressure across portions here of the central and southern plains. We could have areas near Wichita Falls, Dallas, Texas, down towards the Denton area. We could be approaching here 115 degrees for your Tuesday afternoon high, widespread 105s to 110s across Oklahoma, southern Kansas. So this is just giving you a perspective of just how extremely strong this high pressure system is here as we kind of move towards the early next week portion. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news out there, but I think this isn't the strongest. This is not the most intense heat we're going to see across this area through the rest of the year. There are indications longer range using some of the climate forecasting systems models that I kind of look at here across tropical tidbits and then across pivotal weather. I kind of use different websites out there, but yeah, we're seeing a lot of potential for a very potentially historic heat wave across this area, especially northwest Texas into Kansas and Oklahoma as we end the month of July and kind of turn the page to August out there. So definitely keep in mind of that. If you guys live in these areas, I unfortunately hate to say it, but you guys do not have a lot of good rainfall coming your way anytime soon. So that drought will just continue to worsen across this area as we get a little farther down the line. Let's go back to the 12Z though. This is a little bit more full of what we can expect here. And looking at this here a little further, yeah, just look at the daily highs, 100 degrees, 110 across Texas, and that just continues late next week here, especially along the Red River where it's really starting to get dry with those extreme and exceptional drought areas really starting to build to the north there, and even seeing some drought starting to expand toward the Illinois Valley and Ohio Valley, the western Tennessee Valley as well. We'll be very curious to see what the new drought monitor does come out next Thursday from the National Drought Mitigation Center to see kind of what we can expect with the drought. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of expansion of the drought, not only in the plains but probably to the east as well, as we're not seeing a big footprint of precipitation across Tennessee, Kentucky, or really down to Mississippi or Alabama either. So I really think this drought, if anything, will expand farther to the north and east as we head through the end of the closing days of July into early August here. So definitely something to watch. Again, if you guys have not pressed the like button down below, definitely consider doing so, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're up to 264 subscribers. I'm trying to hit my goal of 300 subscribers here as we head towards early next week. So definitely, if you guys would so kindly hit that subscribe button, I definitely would appreciate it, guys. I do have a lot of great weather content coming up for you here next week on my daily weather forecast videos on my YouTube channel. You can check out as well through the weekend and into next week and beyond. So definitely check that out. My Twitter handle is down below, so if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that's hweather420 or Weather on the Go on Twitter. I post additional weather forecast information for you on my Twitter page. I already posted about the MCS pattern returning, or a mesoscale convective system pattern that will return as we head towards late July or early August out there across the upper Midwest, Great Lakes. So we'll have to watch for that. But look at, as we head towards next weekend, next Saturday, that ridge really starts to build farther to the north and east here, and that really just continues toward next Sunday and Monday. Just look at daily highs, 105, 110, 115 in some of these areas, guys. This is very significant here, and I really think this could be an historic heat wave. Once we kind of move past the late July and early August out here, we just have multiple days of extreme heat out there, and that really takes a toll on those animals out there, all those cows and horses, and all the deer out there, as well as just any pets, dogs, cats, anything that's outside, humans. You guys need to stay, if you work outside, you definitely want to drink plenty of water. You definitely want to go to a shaded area, but more importantly, probably an air-conditioned room as most frequently as you can. You want to get out of the heat out there, because these high temperatures, guys, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but high temperatures are actually forecasted in the shade. High temperatures are forecasted in the shade. So if you step in the sunshine and the shade is measuring 110 degrees, for example, it could be 120 degrees in the sun. So you definitely want to stay out of the sunshine as most as you can, especially in these, the central and southern plains during the duration of this heat wave. You definitely do not want to be in that situation. Heat stroke is very dangerous, and you definitely don't want to be messing around with this dangerous heat out there. That is for sure as well. And that's really for anywhere, not just the central southern plains. The west coast will be heating up as well. We got 90s spreading up into Alberta, southwestern Saskatchewan as we kind of head towards the end of the month. And let me kind of show you guys this. This is the climate forecasting systems model. And this is actually showing kind of the anomalies of temperatures as we kind of move through the rest of the kind of all the way from now through the 23rd of July. And you're seeing a big signal for that high pressure system here. And as you guys well know, the high pressure system does spin clockwise. Low pressure systems actually spin counterclockwise. So you can see as we kind of move towards the end of this month, we're really seeing all the heat start to, push off to the east. Big signal for above average temperatures, even all the way up into Quebec, Maine, getting into New England. And then as we move toward the very end of the month, as we kind of turn the page towards August here and kind of move towards that, final few days of July, we really see that heat expand, and the entire contiguous United States is actually in some sort of above normal temperature regime as we head towards that 23rd through the 30th time frame here in July. So definitely that is something we are keeping an eye on here, and I'll have more video updates for you guys in the future. Guys, if you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, definitely subscribe down below, as well as hit that like button. Definitely appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. Again, the live chat is open to anyone and everyone down below. So if you guys have any comments, questions about anything, definitely dot your questions, comments, concerns down in the live chat here this evening as I'm going kind of through some of this longer range pattern for you guys. But yeah, looking at that here, going through the rest of the month, yeah, very hot. And then as we turn the page to August, the heat might actually start to back off a little bit. And I stress that here, a little bit across the central and southern plains and the Ohio Valley. We'll start to retrograde that high pressure system a little farther to the west again across the four corners, and we'll really heat up across portions here of the west coast here. So from portions of Seattle down through Portland, the Boise, Idaho area, down through Las Vegas, Los Angeles, you guys get the idea. We'll really start to see all that heat and really just building up into Alberta as well. Just not going to stop in the U.S. It's going to build all the way up into portions of southwestern Canada, the Vancouver area, Alberta, getting all the way up towards the Montana area. And then as we kind of move towards the middle of August here, and this is as far as I'm going to go, you still just have that signal for above average temperatures in those same locations across the western United States as we kind of head towards that 6th through the 13th time frame here in August. So that is something we're keeping an eye on, but still a signal for at least slightly below above average temperatures across the eastern half or 2/3 of the country as we head towards that August 13th 6th through 13th time frame here. So we're definitely keeping an eye on that. So looking kind of at the precipitation anomaly, shall we? So let's kind of look at this because this is also important. When you have all the heat out there, you want the rainfall here. We don't want to evaporate dry ground and make it even drier. But yeah, we're seeing that. We're seeing through the 23rd time frame here, the next week or so, a lot of below normal temperature or precipitation anomalies rather across here, the Rockies, the plains, all the way down through Texas here, where you see those yellows and those tan colors, those oranges here. That actually does mean below normal precipitation can be expected across this area. A little above normal precipitation expected across the Ohio Valley, New England, and down towards Florida here. Kind of some tropical kind of influence continuing with some tropical moisture kind of lingering in this area. But again, the Gulf of Mexico is shut down to any hurricane activity all the way through the rest of the next 5 days or so. But as we kind of move towards the very end of this month, we're starting to see a signal here. And this is a strong signal in 3 different ways, guys. You can see the monsoon season continues strong across the 4 corners. You can see all that kind of atmospheric river of moisture kind of moving across the western side there of Mexico, all the way up through the Baja of California and into portions of Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and western New Mexico. But underneath that ridge, as it really spins clockwise across the portions there of Oklahoma, Texas, into Arkansas, yeah, we're only seeing, below normal precipitation just continuing through the final days of the month, through the 30th, 31st time frame here of July, and across the northern, periphery of all this heat. That's where we can see the MCS track really start to take shape again as we head towards the 23rd through the 30th, 31st time frame here, the closing days of July, and we really start seeing that kind of, above normal precipitation anomaly from, the Dakotas through Minnesota, Wisconsin, potentially as far south as northern Illinois, northern Indiana, into portions there, especially near the Detroit area, getting down through the New England region, so Pittsburgh, Baltimore, New York City, Boston, all these areas. You definitely could have above normal precipitation moving through this period. We got to watch for derechos as we have all that heat to the south. We build that instability, and yeah, we could be talking about derecho setup even as we move toward the final days of July. It's not to say we're going to have a derecho, but we definitely could be kind of moving in that step saying, okay, we may have windstorms, because you kind of think that natural derecho pattern, that ring of fire pattern really might return with that monsoonal moisture kind of being filtered up to the north from western coast there of Mexico all the way up through those monsoonal areas and then kind of being fetched up and over this ridge, kind of making for kind of an MCS or organized convective kind of clustering of storms as we kind of move across this area toward that month. So enough talk about that. We got a lot of hurricane weather potentially across portions here of, a lot of moisture potentially across portions of the Gulf. I'm not saying it's hurricane. I said hurricane weather, but I'm saying, we're getting toward the hurricane season. We're in the hurricane season now, but we're really going to be getting into the heart of the hurricane season here in the next couple months. And as we kind of see some precipitation anomalies in the central and eastern Gulf, down through the Caribbean and portions there south of Florida, that really starts to raise the red flag saying, okay, well, maybe we have those really warm, Gulf of Mexico and western, Atlantic and Caribbean kind of water sea surface temperatures. We really could be talking about some, hurricane weather out there. So we definitely have to keep an eye on that with some above, precipitation anomalies here. It doesn't mean there's going to be a hurricane. We could have just a normal old tropical rain setup like we just saw recently. We could have tropical depressions. We could have a rapid deepening storm that could turn into a Category 4. There's just a whole array of things that could happen. But I think as we kind of move toward the very last week in July and really turn the page to early August, I really think that we're going to start to see the active hurricane pattern really start to kick up across the Atlantic. Somewhere in the Atlantic. Will it be along the southeast United States? It's possible. Could it be along portions there of Central America? It's possible. Could it be across the Lesser Antilles and then kind of fizzle out? It is also possible. So there's just a wide array of things that could happen, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it to this period. Again, I'm just really breaking this stuff down for you guys so you kind of understand what we're talking about moving through, the 6th of August here. We still got that monsoon season continuing strong here across, the early days here of August going through the 6th time frame. And we're really starting to see the above normal precipitation anomaly here take off across Florida, the Carolinas, Georgia there, and off the western portions of the Atlantic Basin. So that is something to keep an eye on as well. Again, if you guys are just tuning into the live stream, it would be very much appreciated if you guys did press that like button down below. We're up to 17 likes. Also here, thank you guys for subscribing to the YouTube channel down below. It means a lot to me. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel as well, press that subscribe button down there as well. Definitely would help if you guys would help me get up to 300 subscribers. Definitely would appreciate it. You guys all rock. I definitely appreciate you joining here this evening. And then again, once we go toward the middle of August, we still have that signal across northeastern Gulf into portions of the East Coast here in the southeast United States, including Florida, including the Carolinas and Georgia. Yeah, we're seeing a signal here for above normal precipitation as we head through that the August 6th through the August 13th time frame. It's still a very strong, potentially even the most intense, signal that we've seen of a monsoon season as we head kind of towards that early August period here, that first to second week in August as well. So definitely keep an eye on that. But as we look at these months as a whole, as we look at the rest of, as we kind of look at the rest of the summer as a whole, going into August here, this is what we can expect for temperatures out there. We can expect a very warm environment across just the entire contiguous United States, especially the South Central Plains that have just very much been in such an extreme and exceptional drought. The West Coast and Desert Southwest, where they've been, still in the extreme and exceptional drought there as well. But we still have a little bit of some maybe normal anomalies here, temperatures across those monsoonal areas. We'll have daily rain chances. We don't have really any time to warm up, so we definitely could have some reflection of that. But we're really seeing most of the United States here really kind of socked in with all the heat out there. And I think August is really going to be a hot month, really kind of hitting in toward the dog days of summer at this point. And looking actually at the precipitation anomalies here, we see a huge signal, guys. Look at how deep the greens are for the Gulf Coast here and into portions of the southeast United States going in through. This is the entire month of August as a whole. So this actually gives me an idea that, okay, we're really going to start here picking up that hurricane season across the Gulf, the Caribbean, and the Atlantic Basin in a huge, big way as we get through the rest of August here. And we're really going to start to dry out across the Midwest, portions of the, continue to be dry across the central and southern plains as we kind of move towards the middle and end of August here as well. Moving ahead towards, the rest of summer, getting into early fall, kind of giving you an early fall preview here with the precipitation as well. we're still seeing some active weather. I think Florida, somewhere or another, Florida is going to get hit by some type of tropical system here, maybe at least a couple times this season. Once this hurricane season really starts to ramp up, I think towards September, we really could be starting to talk about landfalling systems that we really have to watch, with these waves that come off of Africa, move through the Lesser Antilles, the Greater Antilles, and then potentially up to the north and west towards the Gulf of Mexico and into portions here of the Western Atlantic Basin, the Caribbean, all these areas we have to watch here in September. And again, the temperature profile here in September, we're still seeing that signal, especially west of the Mississippi River there, of a lot of above normal temperatures here continuing during that month time frame here as well into September. So that is definitely something to watch out for as well. Again, the live chat is open. Definitely appreciate if you guys would jot down any comments, questions, concerns. I will get to everybody's chat down there. So the live chat is open to anyone and everyone. And if you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel or even liked the live stream down below, I definitely would appreciate if you guys would do so as well. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by early next week, so that would definitely be a big step here in the direction, guys. Thank you very much for joining this evening. I definitely plan on doing more of live streams like this here in the future, kind of breaking down the long range pattern for you guys out there. So I definitely appreciate it. Hey Megan, how you doing? Yeah, it's almost monsoon season. Actually, yeah, pretty much. It really kind of started off pretty strong across, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado and all that. It's been really strong monsoon season so far, and I think it's just going to continue to be, strengthened as we head towards August and September. That is for sure across those areas. Megan also says it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot here in southern Utah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hot in southern Utah. You got that very strong ridge that'll really be kind of, moving back and forth across the four corners to the southern central plains here over the next couple of months. So that is kind of the expectation and what we're kind of seeing here according to climatology and this climate forecasting systems model. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So anybody have any questions about what I just said? About the ongoing severe weather potential early next week or the next couple weeks, with the derecho pattern potentially setting back up. I'm not saying we're going to have a derecho, but definitely we got something to watch as we head towards the end here of July. So definitely everybody is open to their comments, questions, and concerns down here in the live chat. Definitely would appreciate that as well. And again, if you guys have not liked the live stream down below, we're up to 20 likes here, and also up to 271 subscribers. If you guys could help me, I only need 29 more subscribers to get to 300, so definitely please help me out down below, and I definitely appreciate that. I will offer you some great daily weather forecast videos. I upload videos to my YouTube channel daily, keeping you ahead of all the storms out there. I go into depth with the long range pattern, breaking down how we, all the setups for the severe weather and all that stuff. The hurricane season, the whole 9 yards from coast to coast. I also cover southern and southeastern Canada as well for you guys. The tropics, I do tropical weather. Once it comes, to be winter season, I cover winter storms, whether it's a snowstorm, the polar vortex, an ice storm, the whole 9 yards. I definitely cover that for you guys as well. And if there's any tornado outbreaks that sometimes can happen in this winter time, we got it covered for you as well on the Weather on the Go. So welcome to the Weather on the Go family out there. Let me refresh this for you guys just real quick. I'm using a little bit less of a less than ideal radar here because my Radar Omega app, every time I click on it, it just turns black. It doesn't even show anything. I reached out to them to see if I can kind of get a new one somehow, because I refreshed it and it doesn't work. So okay, so what we're seeing now is all those severe storms across portions of southern and southeastern Nebraska, northern Kansas. We only have 4 counties left in that severe thunderstorm watch that goes in effect till 11 p.m. this evening, Central Daylight Time. And after that, we're really pretty much quieting down the severe weather for the most part, at least the widespread severe weather. I think we still might have some isolated, stronger severe storms through the overnight hours. Again, that storm west of Cape Girardeau kind of fizzled out here over the last few minutes. We got some isolated scattered storms across the Ohio Valley, nothing to worry about, maybe some heavy downpours. We still got one warning. This is west of the Phoenix area across Buckeye here. This is right along the Interstate 10 area here into southwestern Arizona, west of Phoenix. 60 mile per hour wind gusts here, as well as some damage to roof siding trees, power damage out there. This is near Palo Verde or near the Buckeye, Arizona area. This is moving weird kind of direction to the west. It's moving west, due west at 20 20 miles per hour across this area. So definitely something we are watching as we move here through the next few minutes. Again, this warning does go in effect here until 9:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Maricopa County and the southwestern portions there of Arizona, just west of the Phoenix area. So definitely keep in mind that area as we head through the next few minutes. Again, thank you guys for joining the live stream. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, have not liked it down below, I definitely would appreciate that. We just kind of wrapped up talking about the long range pattern out there. Kind of alluding to more of that, long range pattern. Let's kind of go back to the, let's see here, the GFS. Okay, I know the GFS actually gets a little more inaccurate as we get a little bit, farther out in time. And the new GFS is just coming out. It's up to about 120 hours right now loaded. It's the 0Z that's just coming out. So let's kind of take a look at this as we kind of are in range through the early next week time frame. So as we get towards Monday here, we got a signal, still got that signal there on Monday of the capping inversion. We got kind of a cap on the atmosphere, and that's kind of the worries that that cap's going to kind of hinder some of that, limit some of that coverage of severe weather across this area. The Dakotas, eastern and northeastern Montana, to northwestern Minnesota, the southern Canadian prairies, so areas like, southern Manitoba, southeastern Saskatchewan, we definitely kind of limit some of the storm action and at least some of the severe weather on Monday across some of these areas. But you can see on here, as I put the mixed layer cape on here, we're seeing a little bit of a signal there, some stronger, moderate to strong cape values, or convective available potential energy, as we call it, kind of building all the way up here into portions of southeastern Saskatchewan, southern Manitoba, North Dakota, northwestern portions of Minnesota, that type of vicinity, as we head here towards that Monday afternoon evening time frame. Now let's kind of look at the upper level winds here, the kind of the 250 millibar winds, the kind of the upper level jet stream. And again, on the 0Z run, it still maintains a very strong jet kind of rounding the base of this trough, of this shortwave trough, as we kind of move through portions here, the northern Rockies, the northern plains, into the southern Canadian prairies this far north. And if you see a system this far north in summer, you definitely can bet there's going to be a lot of heat to the south. And yeah, there's a lot of heat to the south here, guys. A lot of 100s, a lot of 110s here down towards the Red River there, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Wichita Falls. All these areas definitely could be seeing some big heat out there as we kind of get toward that Monday time frame in advance of this shortwave trough. Again, thank you guys for joining. A lot of new faces here in the chat and also on the live stream, so definitely appreciate it. Welcome to Weather on the Go, kind of Weather on the Go family here. Zoid says, oh my God, it's man-made. Yeah, it's crazy how this heat just continues to surge to the north, and I don't think this heat's going to stop anytime soon. Unfortunately for the southern plains, from Texas to Kansas to Oklahoma, you guys are going to be socked in the high extreme heat probably through at least the rest of this month and possibly even through the middle of August. I don't see any relief for you guys, unfortunately, across those areas anytime soon, at least in the foreseeable future here. So I hope there's rain for you guys at some point, but that drought just really looks like it's going to continue to expand and worsen across those areas. But look at that, as we head towards that Tuesday time frame, in advance of that shortwave trough, we're pulling up all that moisture, all that heat up to the north. Yeah, we're seeing 115 to 116 in northwestern portions of Oklahoma on the GFS model, and this is really not that far out. It's next Tuesday, that's only a few days out. So the signal has been there for some really high heat across this area. As we kind of get towards that Monday, Tuesday time frame, especially. Again, the live chat is open to anyone and everyone. So definitely appreciate if you guys would dot down your comments, questions, concerns, as well as like the live stream down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I give you guys daily weather forecast videos, as well as kind of an update on the tropics, updates here during the winter time frames. Like I said, winter storms, snowstorms, polar vortex, ice storms, the whole 9 yards there. The severe weather, I break it down for you day by day. I do a lot of cool stuff here on my my YouTube page as well. So definitely check that out. Also starting up a sports channel on YouTube as well here rather soon with the NFL season. I got an 82.6% calculation of a kind of a prediction rate, I guess you could call it, for last year. I kind of calculated it myself of predicting NFL games, and I'm kind of starting up a YouTube page for sports as well, kind of predicting the NFL season. So I'll be starting that, so you guys can check that out once I kind of unveil my new channel, so definitely check that out. You guys can also follow me on Twitter down below here. The link should be down below in the chat here. You can see that HWeather420, capital H, Weather420 on Twitter, or Weather on the Go there as well. So definitely check that out. I post additional weather forecast information for all you guys there on that channel or on that Twitter feed as well. Robbie says, "Hello, Robbie. How you doing? How come we're seeing so many derechos and are there the maritime provinces of Canada going to be hot this summer?" Well, depending on where you live, Robbie, you'll have to let me know. I'm not sure exactly if you live in like Manitoba or and Ontario, or like if you live in the provinces, like what side of the provinces, like say for example northern Saskatchewan, or do you live in southern Saskatchewan? You'll have to just let me know here in the chat, and I can help you out with that kind of the question. But the reason why we're seeing so many derechos this year is just because we got so much heat to the south, and eventually all this heat, if you think of a boiling, pan of boiling water, right? If you're boiling water, say for like mac and cheese, or boiling water for any reason here, just think of turning the heat all the way up to high on the boiling water, and that's really what we're seeing, guys, across the central and southern plains. We turn that heat up all the way. Eventually, that water is just going to start to overflow that pan because there's so much boiling water, there's so much heat energy. It's got to release the heat energy, and it's the same thing with the atmosphere. Eventually you got to release that heat energy in some way, and the atmosphere only knows how to do that sometimes with lines of storms and with derechos. So that is something we'll also keep an eye on here as we get a little bit farther down the line towards the end of July here for you guys. We'll keep you covered on it. We won't leave you guys out of the and you guys won't be guessing out there. I'll keep you ahead of all the storms out there here through the rest of July and through the rest of summer, fall, winter, spring, all the stuff here as we move forward in time. So thank you, Robbie. Very good question. Very good question. Maya, how are you? Hey, good. Is it Maya? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hope you're having a great evening out there. Good Saturday evening. Hope everybody's having a great weekend out there. Thank you, guys. And if you guys have not pressed the like button down in the live stream here, just press that thumbs up button. Definitely appreciate it. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, much appreciated as well. Again, you guys rock. We're up to 274 subscribers, trying to get to 300 subscribers here. So we only need 26 more, guys, to get to 300. So I definitely appreciate it here. Let's try to get up to 50 likes here on the live stream. It'd be very much appreciated, guys. I do this for you guys to keep everybody safe out there, and I appreciate all you guys. You guys are all my friends. Definitely appreciate it. Megan says, "Wow, I love these radars. So pretty and fun to learn about." This is not a radar. This is actually a weather model that we're looking at. This is the GFS, the American model. It is pretty colorful, that's for sure, especially when you get all the heat out there. Those pinks and whites are actually the hundreds, and then 110 plus, and then the yellows are the 60s, 70s. Christian, I planned on going live tomorrow. Oh, you're doing a live stream yourself? That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Lots of fun, that's for sure. Robbie says, Prince Edward Island, the marathons. Let me check that out here on the radar so I know where that is. That's in Canada, right? Prince Edward Island. Is that in Ontario? I see Prince Edward County. Okay, let me see here. Oh, okay, so you're talking about you're east of Maine, right? You're getting toward Newfoundland there. Is that just east of Quebec? Is that where I'm looking at? That's in far eastern Canada. Am I right? I hope I'm right. But anyway, yeah, if you were in that area, will you guys get heat that far north? I don't think so. I don't really think you're going to get the extreme 100-degree heat. You guys are typically pretty cool up in that area, so I'm not too worried about the extreme heat up there. I think it's more just the United States and maybe southern provinces here of Canada every once in a while, across portions, of southern Manitoba, southern Alberta, south central portions there of Saskatchewan, and eventually sometimes western and southwestern Ontario. But I don't really think the heat's going to build that far north. It would take a lot for it to build. We'd have to have an extreme, like decades or lifetime worth of drought across the eastern United States to really build that heat that far north. But it's not to say you guys won't have 80s up there, but it's probably going to be a little more infrequent to get 80s even that far north than it is to get them, Hey Benny, how you doing? Hope you're having a great weekend out there. I just read your chat. I'm not going to say that on the live stream, but yeah, there's a lot of heat out there, that's for sure. Is that, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Maya? Am I pronouncing that right? I don't like butchering names. I don't like to, you know. So let me know. Definitely, if you guys have not liked the live stream down below, press the like button as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're only 26 away from 300, so definitely would be much appreciated. I plan on doing these live streams much more frequent. My long-range weather forecast during the live stream, I'm actually going to start a thing this Wednesday. It's called Weather Wednesdays, and if you guys want to tune in for that on my YouTube channel, I'll be going live usually around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so definitely check that out. Usually about an hour or two of live stream, so about 3 to 4, 3 to 5, somewhere in that time frame. We'll go over the long-range pattern, including the tropics. If it's the winter time, of course, we'll be going over the long-range winter pattern and all that stuff. So I'm just, the reason why I'm not really showing you guys anything, I'm kind of waiting on the GFS to kind of load here. It's already loaded to about 150 hours, so we'll kind of go a little further here. You can see really starting to take hold through the rest of this month, just continued heat across the U.S. And as we kind of look at what the radar could look like as we go a little farther on here, see kind of what, your guys are seeing this the same way that I am here. I have not seen this at all. This is just loading in as we speak. Yeah, we still got that trough moving across portions of the northern Great Lakes, southern Ontario. So areas like Toronto, getting up towards portions of, south central Ontario. You'll be seeing a lot more of that rain, shower, thunderstorm activity as we head towards that Wednesday evening time frame, especially in the Toronto area, maybe towards the Detroit area here in Michigan. And then as we kind of push along here, we do have what we see there. You see that in the far left-hand part of your screen. You probably can barely see it, but that is actually going to be Hurricane Estelle across portions of eastern Pacific Basin as we move into that, the middle and late portion of next week. That's actually going to be Hurricane Estelle, and actually is actually expected to be a major hurricane. We'll get to that in a moment as well. And then as we kind of move through that Thursday time frame and get to that weekend, I really start to think as we get into next weekend, we're really going to start to, like I told you guys before, that MCS pattern, that ring of fire pattern where we have that monsoonal moisture kind of being, pulled up and thrown over that ridge is really going to be, occurring, I think, as we head towards that late next week and especially next weekend and the following week with this pattern really starting to set up. You got all the heat down here to the south. All these hundreds down here, and we're going to break down every once in a while the northern periphery of all this heat, and that's where you have that MCS pattern. And let's kind of look at the mixed layer cape is what we're seeing here. We got some signal for some at least weak to moderate cape out there during that period. There was a signal earlier for some really strong cape, but I'm not really seeing that right now unless you're, in southern Illinois on this model. But again, you can't put all your money in the bank on one model run. You definitely got to kind of look at a lot of different models and see where the, the agreements are, where the differences are, and then kind of meet in the middle sometimes. And the mean is what we call it. Sometimes I like to say here, trends are your friend, and they definitely are in this case. So that's for sure. Maya says there was a tornado warning in Virginia today. There was. Wow. Was it near the Richmond area, or did it produce anything? I don't think I saw any storm reports of any tornadoes touching down in Virginia, but there could have very well been a tornado warning. I'm not discounting that. Robbie says just off New Brunswick, 9 miles. 9 miles, New Brunswick. Okay, yeah. So I was in the right area then. New Brunswick. Yep. Far Eastern Canada or Southeastern Canada, whatever you consider it there. Yeah, you guys are going to have a tough time warming up really to the 80s. I don't think you're going to be seeing any hundreds. So I guess if you consider the 70s and 80s warm, then yeah, I guess you guys could see some warmer weather, but probably nothing like the South Central Plains. That is for sure. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. Thanks everybody for being interactive in the live chat. Definitely appreciate it. Again, thank you guys for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank everybody for pressing the like button down below. Very much appreciated. You guys are all my friends. Welcome to Weather on the Go. We're gonna have lots of fun with this channel here as it continues to grow on here. We'll definitely have a lot more fun here, kind of going over some of the weather-related content on here with tropics, severe weather, the winter stuff. I got a cool winter weather outlook I got coming out here. I think toward the October time frame here as we get a little farther down the line. That'll be pretty fun. So definitely stay tuned to the Weather on the Go weather channel for that. Let's see here. Robbie says last August we had 90s and no rain. Yeah, that's drought weather right there. If you warm up to the 90s, a lot of places like Texas and Oklahoma know that now. For a long period of time, you don't have rain. Yeah, you're going to be in a drought. Maya says pronounced Mia. Okay, sorry about that. I think I have a couple friends named Maya that are MIA, but I think most of them are, when you say Maya, I think it's MYA. But okay, Mia. Okay, I'll say Mia from now on. Hopefully I can remember that. Robbie says, sorry, I don't mean to spam you. You're not spamming me, man. You have some good questions. Definitely appreciate it, man. You're not spamming. Don't worry about it, man. Everybody, I hope you're having a great weekend out there. Thank you for joining me late this evening. It's 11:22 Central Daylight Time. I plan on going live maybe till about midnight, or maybe, we'll see, maybe 1 in the morning here. So if you guys want to stick with me till then, pulling all-nighter, definitely, by all means, do so. Yeah, we got that severe warning did actually expire west of Phoenix here, near the Buckeye area. That's where we had that severe thunderstorm warning earlier. That has actually expired a little bit ago. Still some heavy rain. I'll put the lightning tracker on here for you, the lightning summary. And you can see a lot of lightning to the west side there of Phoenix, over the Surprise area, down towards the Buckeye area. A lot of lightning here across northern, northwest Kansas, getting up through southern and southeastern, Nebraska, south of Lincoln, down towards portions there of Beatrice. Beatrice, Nebraska, down towards portions there of north and west of Dodge City, northwest of Wichita. Moving this a little farther north, kind of a good old little cluster of storms west of Indianapolis here, approaching your area, so definitely watch that. If you live in Indianapolis, probably seeing some thunderstorm activity here in the next couple of hours down in that area, so definitely watch that. Right now, kind of moving through Crawfordsville, portions there of Terre Haute, getting over towards the I-70 corridor. This is in western Indiana, and then kind of the I-74 corridor, like I said, up towards Crawfordsville, east of Danville, Illinois, and south of Lafayette, Indiana. Seeing kind of a cluster of storms there. Guys, if you guys are just tuning in here, definitely appreciate if you guys would press the like button below, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. We only need 25 more subscribers to hit 300, so I definitely would appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. Definitely means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let's put the flood stuff on here. Let's see if we got any flooding alerts. We got one flooding alert west-northwest of Philadelphia, and that's for a flood advisory. This is for flooding, like I said, caused by some excessive rainfall. This goes in effect till 2:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, we're kind of seeing some minor flooding in the low-lying and poor drainage areas with some of this heavier rainfall. This is west-northwest of Philadelphia, so maybe some flooding there. Let's look down here. Nothing in Florida. There's not really much in Florida right now. Just kind of some storms east of Jacksonville Beach and down towards Palm Beach and north of Miami, but nothing else rather than that. Scattered showers and storms, like I said, west of Indianapolis, getting down towards the foothills here of Missouri, downstate Illinois. Music City down here in Nashville, very quiet right now. Just a little lone shower well off into northwestern Tennessee here, just south of Union City. But other than that, you're pretty much most of Tennessee here, and most of the deep south is very quiet right now. So from Montgomery to Birmingham, all the way over here to Jackson, Mississippi, the Tupelo, Memphis area, Nashville, Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia. All you guys are very quiet right now. Probably very warm though. Let's see what the temperatures are looking like. I actually put the temperature plot on, probably be a lot better. Pretty seasonable, I would say. Maybe actually a little bit cooler than normal around the Atlanta area. Mid-70s, about 77 there. So that's not too shabby for this time of year. Yeah, looking off toward Dallas. Look at that. It's 90 degrees right now still. It's 11:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Dallas, Fort Worth. You guys are at 92 on the northern side towards the Garland area, getting up toward Irving, Arlington, Plano. Yeah, you guys are in the low 90s, and it's 11:30 at night pretty much. That just tells you how warm and dry it is down here. Let's see here. Wichita Falls. You guys can't even see this here. Let me put this on. Yeah, these colors. Yeah, look at that. Mid-80s along the Red River there. That's pretty extreme across this area. Still, it's like 11:30 at night. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of heat down here, guys. Let's see here in the chat. Let's see who's talking here. Mia says there was no confirmation of a tornado, and it was Mecklenburg County, which is south of Richmond. Okay, so it was kind of south of Richmond. I knew it was kind of around the Richmond area, but I wasn't I wasn't for sure if it was like in Richmond or near Richmond or what. So thank you for letting me know. I definitely appreciate it. Again, if you guys have any like storm reports or anything you want to get along here to me in the chat, things that I'm missing, any comments, questions, concerns, the live chat is open to anyone and everyone, so definitely let me know. Again, this is the Storm Prediction Center's outlook here through the rest of this evening. The new outlook does come out for day 1 and 2 at 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time, so definitely we'll see if we're up at 1 a.m. I might kind of wrap this up in the next half hour, so we'll see. But I might also go as late as 1 a.m. to kind of check out the new outlook, so we'll see. Still got that slight risk across southern Nebraska, northeast Kansas, so kind of, still the same areas we're watching. Again, I think the severe weather threat is really starting to wane. I think it's just kind of a few hours of just really strong weather across this area and kind of starting to wane now. Marginal risk still across the Indianapolis area, so we still have to watch for some strong storms around Indianapolis proper because we did have the storms on the western side I was showing you, and we still got, a few more hours here through, the rest of this outlook. Or at least, an hour or so. So we might still have some stronger weather and isolated instances there. Still got some, marginal risk across southern portions of Arizona. This is tomorrow's outlook, guys. Pick your spot on the map, and you definitely could see a marginal risk across south central portions of Montana, as well as extreme northwestern Wyoming. Again, the less than 2% chance of tornadoes in all areas tomorrow. So I'm not really worried about a tornado threat from any of these storms. But again, this year has been just kind of weird. Sometimes we have the marginal slight risk days, and they kind of overperform. So we definitely can't discount that as well. But less than 2% doesn't mean zero. Less than 2% could be 1%. So, it doesn't mean there's a zero chance for tornadoes, but the tornado threat overall is pretty low. The wind threat, I think, is going to be the main threat tomorrow, even though it's just a 5%. Again, south central Montana, extreme northwestern Wyoming, the mid-south into the lower Missouri Valley down there into the western Tennessee Valley. So western and middle Tennessee, just west of Nashville, the Memphis area, Paducah, Kentucky, Cape Girardeau, and just, the far southern tip there of Illinois near kind of the Carbondale area, potentially just south. Little Rock, getting up towards, Jonesboro, those areas here in Arkansas can expect maybe some isolated strong to severe weather tomorrow. Again, not a big deal. And then kind of an area stretching from Pittsburgh all the way down through the Charleston, West Virginia area, Cincinnati, down towards, Lexington, Kentucky, getting down towards far northern Tennessee. Yeah, we could be seeing some isolated strong severe weather there with some damaging winds. And the hail threat also is less than 5%. We're not going to see a lot of instability realized tomorrow, so we're not expecting a big tornado threat, but definitely can see, not a big tornado threat, not a big hail threat, but mainly just damaging winds tomorrow. But as we move into Monday, as we were stating many times before, we still have that slight risk across northeastern Montana, getting in through North Dakota, far northwestern portions there, Minnesota there on Monday. Again, that 5% area is that marginal risk, that in that dark green of some severe weather, and then the yellows, that slight risk here, or that 15% shading from northeastern Montana through much of North Dakota, especially up towards, southeastern portions and southern portions of Saskatchewan, southern Manitoba there as well. Probably some severe weather in the northwestern portions of Minnesota, the Grand Forks area, Fargo, Bismarck, Minot, all these areas in North Dakota, far northwestern Minnesota in play there, Glasgow, all the way back into northeastern Montana. A lot of rural areas here, which is good across this area as we head here into that Monday timeframe. I'm thinking more of just a large hail threat on Monday. We got the stronger mid-level lapse rates. Again, that's kind of cooling as you go up in the atmosphere is what we call lapse rates, and the low and mid-levels here. And the cooler the faster the column of air in the atmosphere here kind of cools off aloft, the stronger some of these updrafts could build, and that's where we get those bigger hailstones with some of these storms. Again, if you guys are just joining, definitely would appreciate if you could press the like button down below, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. Press that subscribe button as well. Lots of daily weather forecast updates for you guys out there coming your way. A new video in the morning, so definitely check that out. And I have more videos on my YouTube channel here from earlier today as well. I did have the tropical update earlier this evening, as well as kind of that, longer range update for the weather from coast to coast in southern and southeastern Canada on my YouTube page. From earlier this morning as well. Usually I try to post around mid to late morning, so Got that large slight risk zone, still maintain that 15% or slight risk here across portions of the entire state of Wisconsin. So Green Bay, Madison, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, La Crosse, Wisconsin Dells, getting up into western portions there of the UP of Michigan, getting down into Grand Rapids, Michigan there, the western side of Lower Michigan, across most of Lake Michigan, Gary, Indiana, South Bend, Chicago, Rockford, Illinois, getting down towards the I-80 corridor in Illinois, towards Peoria. Let's see here, northeastern Iowa, so Dubuque, Iowa, Waterloo, getting in toward Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, all these areas. Duluth, Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester. You guys get the point here. We have lots of a large area on Tuesday potentially of severe weather. Now this could shrink or this could grow in intensity, and we could have an enhanced risk. Very kind of hard to see what this will have. Again, this part of the outlook on this will translate from day 4 to day 3 here as we kind of move towards tomorrow morning. This won't come out here until 2:30 in the morning or thereabout. So we won't be live that long, but we'll definitely we won't be live on the live stream that long, but we will be. We'll be kind of keeping in touch with this. Again, I'll update you guys on my video here in the morning. That's kind of why I'm ending the live stream probably around midnight, 1 a.m. is because I'm going to be doing getting my video preparations ready for tomorrow morning. That's for sure. Mia says, I want to be a meteorologist. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I used to live, I don't know if you guys know, but well, obviously you guys don't know. I used to live in Florida. I think I might have it in my about page on my YouTube channel, kind of a little bit about me, but I used to live in Naples, Florida. And I lived there when I was a lot younger, 6 to 8 years old or whatnot. And I lived there for quite a few years, I think 5 to 6 years. And during that 5 to 6 years that I lived there, I actually was through 3 hurricanes, believe it or not. And one of them was actually, I think, Hurricane Charlie. I think that's the name of the stronger one I was in. I think that was either a Category 2 or 3. I'm not sure, but it was a pretty decent hurricane. It brought a lot of wind, a lot of rainfall, flooding, storm surge, all the whole 9 yards of what a hurricane can bring to you. And if you guys aren't familiar with where Naples, Florida is, it's actually on the southwest side there, the southwest coast of Florida, down towards Fort Myers, and down just south of Tampa Bay there along the coast. And yeah, there was some a lot of strong winds and a lot of you had to board up the windows and all that stuff here, so you didn't have flying debris, and you didn't the wind didn't blow open the windows and kind of all the flying debris here is the same thing with hurricanes as it is with tornadoes. You don't want to be outside during a hurricane just as much as you don't want to be outside during a tornado either. So, again, that's kind of a little bit about me. And then I kind of moved back to northern Illinois. That's kind of where I'm based right now, here just west of Chicago, and just been here in northern Illinois here for the last several years, and it's interesting here in northern Illinois. The winters can be harsh sometimes. We got those, before I can remember, 60 below zero. 60 below zero was the wind chill at one point. I think back in 2019, I do believe, with that very big polar vortex. We've had 2 feet of snow here before. We've had derechos. We've had tornadoes. We had the Fairdale tornado, EF4, here in northern Illinois, west of the Chicago suburbs back in April. So we've had April outbreaks before, and just a little bit about me, guys. So again, if you guys want to share anything about you guys on the chat, definitely could go over that as well. So feel free. Again, thank you guys for subscribing down below. 281 subscribers. You guys rock. We're almost there, guys. We're to 19 left. We're 19 subscribers away from 300. So I definitely appreciate everybody subscribing out there, and also all the likes down below. It means a lot to me. Appreciate it. We're almost to 50. We're getting there. We're 13 away. Who's going to help us get to 50 down there in the live stream? Definitely appreciate it. So looking through, let's go back to the HRRRs. It's kind of updated to the 3Z now. Let's kind of look at what we can expect here going through the rest of this evening into the overnight hours here. Backing this up, we got the complex kind of driving down across portions here of northeastern Kansas. I think the HRRR model, or what we call a high resolution rapid and refresh model, is just HRRR for short. Yeah, we're just seeing that complex kind of diving down toward Kansas City. And if you look at the radar, it's really not that pronounced. Well, actually it is, I guess. Just more rainfall. We do actually have an additional severe thunderstorm warning right now. This is in the northeastern Kansas we'll get to before we get back to the HRRR model and what to expect. near Washington, Kansas. This goes in effect till midnight Central Daylight Time. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Hollenberg to 6 miles northeast of Washington to 3 miles northwest of Lynn. This is all in Kansas. This is moving southeast, so due southeast at 40 miles per hour. And the hazard here is just damaging straight line winds here. A good rush of wind with these thunderstorms. 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. And again, spec damage to roof, siding, trees, and power line damage. Again, this is for Marysville, Washington, Hanover, Waterville, Greenleaf, Barnes, Morrowville, Hollenberg, and Bremen. These are all in Kansas. This is all in northeastern Kansas, so definitely heed the warning if you do live in these areas and take your proper precautions down below here as well. In the lower most interior room. Stay away from windows here as you could have some flying debris across this area. Again, for Washington, Kansas there, and toward the Marysville area, kind of right along Highway 36 here in far northern tier of counties here in northeastern Kansas. Again, this is well west of St. Joseph here in Missouri, so we're still a ways away from this hitting the Missouri or Kansas City area, but just something to keep in mind if you do live in these areas, that's for sure. Thank you guys for joining this evening. Appreciate it. Life, yeah, that's for sure. This is life, man. Yeah, we got a lot of lightning with these storms as well. Let's put the lightning summary on here and kind of take off some of these warnings just briefly. Actually take off the flood warnings too. Yeah, we're seeing some lightning, a lot of lightning with these storms definitely here right now. Pretty electrical storms out here, that's for sure. And that just continues here as we head through the rest of the evening hours here into the overnight. Just a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain. This will transition more to a heavy rain threat for Kansas City and the St. Joseph area as it kind of in Topeka. This will move toward the Topeka area rather soon. We do kind of have a signal, and that's probably why we have the 60 mile per hour wind gust threat. We have kind of a backward sea, or what we call kind of like a bow echo with this kind of a segment moving through, or what we call a little bit mini MCS. Mini mesoscale convective system is kind of an MCS for short. And this is kind of the northern end of this here is actually going to kind of move over the Beatrice area. But the most severe side of this is kind of moving through Washington and then the Marysville area, right along Highway 36 here in a far northeast Kansas. And what we're seeing is actually this is, like I said, bowing out, and that's why we have that threat for 60, perhaps upwards of 70 mile per hour. Now the additional hazard is nickel-size hail, so we're starting to see a little more strengthening of this kind of bow echo or kind of backward C shape, and that's what we're seeing here with some strong damaging winds across this area here over the next few minutes. This goes in effect here through the next 22 minutes or so until midnight Central Daylight Time. So we'll keep an eye on this as we kind of move ahead here through the next 20 minutes or thereabout. Again, I might do this live stream till midnight. I might do it till 1 a.m. But either way, I'm going to have a video for you guys in the morning, so definitely stay tuned for that. Kind of an update on the severe weather the next couple days, as well as the update on the tropics, either during my video in the morning, or I might do another tropical update tomorrow afternoon. I haven't decided yet, but definitely something I'm planning on doing. Again, I appreciate everybody joining here this evening and this evening, and then early overnight hours, I guess you could call it. Appreciate it. You guys all rock. Thanks for liking up the live stream. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Definitely appreciate it. You're growing my channel more. I just started my channel in February 28 of 2022 here, so I'm just a few months old with this channel. So definitely appreciate you guys helping me build kind of the building blocks of this channel. You guys are awesome. You guys are all my friends. Appreciate it. Yeah, again, I can't thank you guys enough. You're even in the chat. Thank you to Robbie. Thank you to Amid. I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. If I am, I'm very sorry. Amid, as well as Mia. Robbie, thank you for Benny, Christian, Zoid, as well as Megan. Let's see here, Sabrina, thank you. Wilson Dog, thank you everybody here in the live chat today. You guys have made it a lot of fun, very interactive on the live chat. Definitely appreciate you guys as well. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for liking the live stream and subscribing. It means a lot to me. So I definitely appreciate you guys. I will give you guys some great weather content coming up here with the severe weather and tropics here coming up, tomorrow morning and, throughout the next few weeks and months and years to come. So thank you guys very much. So again, going back to the HRRR, we can see this kind of complex of showers and storms kind of turning more into a heavy rain threat more than anything else across northern Missouri as we kind of head towards the the overnight hours into early Sunday morning towards the sunrise time frame and then mid-morning tomorrow. This will move towards the St. Louis area here with some very heavy rainfall potentially for western Illinois, down south of, toward the St. Louis area, O'Fallon, Illinois here, into portions here of downstate Missouri, across portions, Cape Girardeau, and then getting downstate Illinois. This will continue to kind of progress and propagate eastward. Lots of heavy rainfall and storm action across the Ohio Valley tomorrow on your Sunday. Probably a good day to stay in and watch movies and do some indoor activities here for your Sunday across the Ohio Valley here from Pittsburgh all the way back through Cincinnati, Louisville, Indianapolis. Very rainy day, very stormy day for you guys across those areas. So probably a good day to stay inside if you live in those areas, that's for sure. Robbie, yeah, peace, man. You leaving me already? You're leaving the live stream, man? Come on now. I'm just playing. Now, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Archangel Revelations. That's a cool name. Hey, what's up? Be careful. Be careful. You're talking about with the heat out there or what? Or just in general? I definitely appreciate you guys joining here. Again, you guys all rocking the live stream. Again, Robbie, Christian, Benny, Mia, Zoid. Let's see here. Jakey Buddy, Sabrina, Wilson Dog, Christian, you guys all rock. Archangel Revelations, you rock. Amid, I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. If I am, I'm very sorry. Amid, thank you very much. As well as, let's see here, I think I got it. Zoid, thank you very much for joining the live stream or in the live chat today. Very much appreciated. Thank you guys. Again, for subscribing. Thank you guys for liking the live chat and the live stream here today as well. Very much appreciated. You guys all are awesome. Again, we're still kind of covering this kind of mini bow echo. This mini bow echo, kind of, you can see a backward C shape here in the radar across portions here of far northern and northeastern Kansas and far southern portions and southeastern portions here of Nebraska. Again, this is just south of Beatrice in Nebraska, across the state line here into far northeastern Kansas, kind of the far northern tier of counties here. So Washington, Kansas, Marysville, Kansas, right along Highway 36 here. That's where we can expect some damaging straight line winds and that nickel-size hail potential as well. And this goes in effect till midnight. So this goes in effect here till midnight. This is moving due east. So it's moving east at 40 miles per hour. So 5 miles east of Hollenberg to near Hanover to near Lynn. This is all in Kansas. Again, expect damage to roof, siding, and trees. So Marysville, Washington, Hanover, Waterville, Greenleaf, Barnes, Moroville, Hollenberg, and Bremen, Kansas. All these areas can be impacted by the severe weather potential here with a good rush of wind, 60-mile-an-hour winds with these storms and nickel-size hail over the next, 15 to 17 minutes out there. And again, these very small tier of counties here in the southeastern, far southeastern Nebraska still have that watch until 11 p.m. We're already past 11 o'clock here, so I don't, unless they should be in central time there in Nebraska, so I'm not sure why that's still there. But anyway, that has expired. Again, thank you guys for subscribing. Definitely means a lot. Let's see here. Yeah, we're really quieting down. We got some more severe weather kind of right along Saskatchewan and Manitoba province line here, I guess you could call it. Kind of like what we call state lines. I think they just call it province lines, so we'll go with that. Again, right southeastern portions there of Saskatchewan, southwestern Manitoba, we got a little bit of a severe thunderstorm watch and a warning there as well. Again, that just continues here throughout the rest of this evening and through the overnight hours. They put the lightning tracker on west of the Indianapolis area, still seeing all that weather out there. And then let's kind of get a little bit of a hurricane update out here, guys. We do have a new tropical storm brewing across and forming across the eastern Pacific basin right now. Let's show you first off, let's show you Tropical Storm Darby. This is actually the satellite imagery of this right now. This is moving just south and west here of the Hawaiian Islands. The Hawaiian Islands did see a little bit of some rainfall, at least on the Big Island there earlier on. We're really starting to see this weaken now to a tropical depression status and very low-end tropical storm status right now. So we're not seeing too big of a deal with this. Maybe some wave action with some heightened waves right near the coastline there of Hawaii. But other than that, nothing too big of a deal. Maybe some wind gusts, 30 miles an hour, something like that, but nothing too big of a deal. But as we kind of back out here and show you, okay, now it's a hurricane. Okay, so news to me. This is Hurricane Estelle, guys. This is a new hurricane now. And look at all the robust, you know, the whites here, the pinks and purples, right around that kind of center of low pressure there. You can definitely see it's trying to form an eye wall, and I think it will here as we get kind of towards that major hurricane status here within the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll really start to see this form an eye wall, kind of like Darby did at one point. Very defined eye wall potential here as it's starting to form a little bit. You can't see kind of that eye wall or that donut hole quite yet, but it is starting to get a little bit more defined, at least with the convection or thunderstorm activity around this kind of center of low pressure as you're looking at this is the real-time satellite right now, guys, and yeah, that's what we're seeing. Archangel says, I'm praying. What is happening with does not come our way. Severe weather, dude. I gotcha. I understand what you're saying. Appreciate you guys here in the live chat, that's for sure. Yeah, thank you guys for joining here this evening. Definitely much appreciated. Again, I'm probably going to wrap this up here around midnight or 1 a.m., that's for sure. And again, we're seeing a lot of the convection here around this. And looking kind of, let's look at the National Hurricane Center and what the track of this looks like. Again, the Atlantic and the Gulf and the Caribbean are very quiet. We're going to stay quiet for at least the next 5 days, and I'm thinking probably the next 10 days. I think all these waves that come off Africa, we got a very strong high pressure system, if you can imagine that, right over the central Atlantic basin. And around high pressure systems actually are spin clockwise. They don't spin counterclockwise because that would be a low pressure system. A high pressure system spins clockwise. And that's what we're seeing here as this kind of moves to the west. We'll see all these waves come off of Africa and move west here, all over the southern Atlantic basin at first, move over some of the lesser Antilles here, and then kind of across the southern Caribbean. And that's why the eastern Pacific guys have been just so active, is because all these waves come off Africa, move across the southern Atlantic basin, the southern Caribbean, and then kind of cross over the Central Americas and then get off to the southwest coast here of the Mexico region. And that's really just what we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. And that's why we have Hurricane Estelle. This is another wave that has crossed over the Central Americas and now has, been kind of in contact with some of those warmer sea surface temperatures across the Eastern Pacific, and that's why we're seeing all of this, strong weather out there with Hurricane Estelle right off the coast here of Mexico, especially the southwestern coast, well south of the Baja of California. Home Doctor, is this what geoengineering is? I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. They've been... Are you talking about the hurricane hunters? Home Doctor? They fly sometimes around. I don't know if they're on this storm, though. I think they're mainly, closer to the U.S., like the Gulf and the Caribbean and all that stuff. If it's kind of more of a, effect to the United States, then yeah, the hurricane hunters would be out there. Love Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Appreciate it. I love rain. Yeah, me too. I know Texas and, the southern plains definitely, in the whole, western and southwestern United States, they really need the rainfall out there. I hope they can get some anytime, but there's not a lot of indications for that anytime soon. At least the next, 10 to 14 days, there's really nothing. Okay, so this is kind of the what we call the cone of uncertainty. This is the National Hurricane Center's kind of forecast of their cone of what we can see where the storm will track, mainly to the west-northwest at first, and then more to the northwest, just over the open waters. But there still could be wave action over portions of Mexico, the Baja of California, just given the size of this system. Jakey Buddy says, I'm not seeing lightning west of where I'm from. Edwin, Manitoba. Don't know why. You are seeing lightning, Jakey, because there's actually storms moving into southwestern Manitoba right now. I just looked up there. I think there's a severe thunderstorm watch and also a severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning for, I think, southeastern Saskatchewan moving into southwestern Manitoba. So you're probably seeing the lightning from that right now. Kind of a complex of storms. Yeah, we're seeing Estelle is looking crazy, isn't it? Yeah, Nate News, appreciate you joining. Again, if you guys have not hit the subscribe button, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Get you out to more and more. Again, I'm starting this thing called Weather Wednesdays. Every single Wednesday, I'll be doing these long live streams here for kind of long-range weather forecasts. So definitely join that. And also, if you want to see that, press the subscribe button and also like the live stream down below. Never hurts, guys. Definitely appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday evening out there, Saturday night. And even better yet, hope you're having a great weekend. Again, hurricane status all the way through probably the middle of next week, but we're seeing the M's here. Where you see the M's in the cone, that's what we call major hurricane status, and it looks to at least, for major hurricane status, you have to get to Category 3 or higher, so Category 3, 4, or 5, and it looks to at least hit that Category 3 mark as we get into the early morning hours here on your Monday, and then kind of continue all the way through at least the very early morning hours here on your Tuesday, if not longer, just depending on how, the warmer waters and how this reacts to all that. And kind of, it will be eventually moving over the cooler waters with time. That's why it has an S here at the end. That means tropical storm status by the, Thursday evening time. But we're several days from that, so this could change. Yeah, I'll go back to the satellite with this. Yeah, Hurricane Estelle is crazy. Look at the center of convection of the thunderstorm activity with that. It will be probably showing an eye wall here pretty soon, probably within the next 24 hours or thereabout. That's for sure. That is for sure. Again, thank you guys for subscribing. Definitely much appreciated. We're only 16 away. We're only 16 away from 300, so definitely appreciate everybody trying to get me a lot closer to 300. Definitely much appreciated. Thank you guys for all the likes, and thank you guys all in the live chat for being interactive. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Jakey says, oh, okay, maybe your radar is different than mine because when I see green on the radar, that is showing rain. It probably is rain, but there might be some lightning embedded with it. Possibly there might be some positive lightning strikes off in the distance. If you're seeing lightning flashes, you're probably seeing at least, a lot of people refer to it as heat lightning, but heat lightning is really just a thunderstorm off in the distance. Heat lightning is actually not a thing. If you guys do not know that, heat lightning is actually from a thunderstorm well off in the distance. It could be 30 miles away, 20 miles away, just a long distance away. And a lot of people, see this in the summertime and think, well, it's summer and it's hot out, so it's just heat lightning. But no, it's not heat. It's heat lightning is not a thing. Storm Chaser Rich, how you doing, man? You storm chase? Definitely appreciate you joining the live stream. Yeah, we're just looking at a newly hurricane. We're looking at a new hurricane, Estelle, right now. This is across the eastern Pacific Basin. Actually, it's progged to be a major hurricane by the Monday morning into the Monday afternoon time frame. Category 3 or higher. Hello, is there a chance for any severe storms in southeastern Missouri? For tonight? Let's see here. No, there's not. There's just a general garden variety threat for, just generally kind of, some thunderstorms, scattered showers and storms there, but nothing severe, not even a marginal risk. So, for tomorrow, there is one tomorrow in southeastern Missouri. So if you head into the day tomorrow, currently the new outlook comes out at 1 a.m. This will become the day. The day 2 will become the day 1, obviously, but there is a marginal risk for southeastern Missouri tomorrow. Less than 2% chance of tornadoes, 5% chance for damaging winds. And this is not just for southeast Missouri. It's for like the Memphis area, western and middle Tennessee there, the Paducah area, getting down into far northern Mississippi. Northeastern Arkansas, so from Little Rock up towards portions there of Jonesboro, all these areas. And again, south central Montana as well, and the portions there from Pittsburgh all the way down through Charleston, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, all these areas, far northern, Tennessee. And then the hail risk is less than 5% in all areas, just because the instability will really not have a chance to really grow tomorrow with all the storm action around. So we're really not seeing all that instability building, but appreciate the question. Do you actually storm chase though? Because that's pretty cool. Jakey says, will I see a thunderstorm tonight in my area? From Manitoba. Let's see here. See if I can get a thing close up. Okay, so let's see. Tomorrow you might, if you live up in this area in kind of like central Manitoba or east central Manitoba, you might see a storm. The HRRR is actually, the HRRR is showing maybe tomorrow mid to late afternoon, and a couple of those storms could be strong as well, Jakey. So maybe look out for some strong to severe storms tomorrow as well, not just tonight. But for tonight, let's see. Let me take this off here. Yeah, there's a storm. This is probably the storm you're seeing, Jakey, just well west of the Brandon area. This isn't far southeastern Saskatchewan. Just the kind of these 3 storm cells here near the Redvers area. This is in far southeastern, extreme southeastern Saskatchewan. That's probably what you're seeing here. If you live in central or south central Manitoba, yeah, you might have some strong storms tomorrow as an active storm track kind of shifts farther to the north, and we'll have a very strong shortwave trough kind of traverse across the northern plains and the upper Midwest, Great Lakes region as we head into early next week. And I've already touched on that severe weather threat for next week. Day 3, we got the slight risk across these areas: North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota, northeastern Montana. And then day 4, right now, this is a very large slight risk zone across Minnesota, especially east central Minnesota, getting into portions of Wisconsin, actually all of Wisconsin, western UP of Michigan here, western lower Michigan, so the Grand Rapids area, northwestern Indiana, so the Gary, South Bend area, north central Illinois, so Rockford, Illinois, down towards the I-80 corridor, towards Peoria, towards areas like Chicago, Waukegan, all these areas, and then farther to the west here, northeastern portions of Iowa, so Dubuque, Iowa, Waterloo, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, all these areas, Clinton, Iowa, the Davenport Quad Cities, and then getting farther to the northwest, again, Rochester, Minnesota here, Duluth, Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then in Wisconsin, Madison, Milwaukee, Green Bay, Rhinelander, Eau Claire, Wausau, Wisconsin Dells. You get the point, guys. Yeah, a lot of severe weather, a big area across that 15% slight risk for your Tuesday out there. Again, this will become a day 3 risk. They don't come out with the day 3s, the Storm Prediction Center, till 2:30 in the morning Central Daylight Time. So I won't be live for that, but Jakey says, that is the storm that I was seeing. No wonder why I was seeing lightning west of me. Yeah, that's the storm. That's what I'm saying. That's the storm that you're seeing in the far southwestern or far southeastern Saskatchewan right now. So if you're close, within probably like 20, 30, 40 miles from that, you might see kind of some flashes in the distance, just depending on where you are there. That is for sure. Again, thank you guys for joining. I think I'm going to wrap this up here in the next few minutes, guys. It's getting pretty late. Got to do my video for you guys in the morning, especially all the guys that subscribe to my all you guys that subscribe to my my new YouTube channel here. And again, I got a sports channel starting up here as we get into the towards the end of July. I'm doing kind of predictions of the NFL football season as well. So definitely tune in for that, and I will unveil my new channel there, so you guys can subscribe to that. I have an 82.6% calculation of predicting NFL games from last year. I calculated myself, so I definitely appreciate if you guys would subscribe to that one as well. Well, thank you guys for joining here this evening. I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your Saturday, even though there's 2 minutes left of your Saturday, unless you live on the West Coast or in Mountain Time. In Central Time, it's 11:58 here. Thank you guys, all you guys, for liking the live stream. Appreciate all the subscribers out there, all the likes out there. Thank you guys for being interactive in the chat. Archangle Revelations, Home Doctor. Thank you to Jakey. Thank you to Storm Chaser Rich. Thank you to Nate News. Kevin, love Kevin out there as well. Thank you to Amid as well as Mia. Thank you very much to Robbie, Benny, Christian, Zoid, as well as Megan, Sabrina, Wilson Dog. Thank you, all of you guys, for the live chat here today, as well as, all the interactive, chat out there with all the comments, questions, and concerns. Thank you guys very much for making this live stream very fun this evening, and I definitely appreciate that. So I'll have a new video out for you guys in the morning hours tomorrow, so definitely go ahead and check that out here, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new. Bring family and friends in as well, and kind of, subscribe to the channel. Very much appreciated. And I will also here be live potentially tomorrow or early next week with more severe weather coverage as well. Thank you guys very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. But until then, I'll see you next week.